I said, don't try to fight it. There ain't nothing that you can do. Relax your mind. Lay back and groove with mine. You gotta feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie. Share that heat of love. I wanna rock with you. You know what that came from, y'all? I just said to myself, I really want to rock with my people over there at Our Bottom Line. And guess what? The song just came to my head. How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. I just woke up again. I was asleep in my chair doing research like this. Next thing you know, oh shit. But guess what? I made it. I'm on time. Actually was up since about 2 o'clock. Called myself doing research, internet, all types of different stuff, sequencing, and then next thing you know, but everything is good now. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I see you, baddie. Audio is good. Audio's the two. The two's the audio. I said, I got a brother and his name's Gizmo. But we can't do nothing in the world without the man upstairs. I don't want to even keep on going without saying these prayers. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, Lord. I'm coming to you live and direct from NYC right now. I want to pray for every single person. Hold on a minute, Lord. I hear you with this noise over here. I got to turn you down. I know I'm trying to stay cool, but nah, I need to give it all to my people right now. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, I could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I really appreciate you. So what we're going to do right now is keep on moving and doing it the right way before, because we can't do nothing right without saying that prayer. Yes, Lord, I'm going to say it one more time. I'd like to say a prayer for everybody here in the room, and on the chat, everyone out there in the YouTube world, because we could not do anything without you, Lord, and we want to just tell you that we appreciate you. Thank you for making me make it here for a whole nother year. Got a couple more days for my birthday. I want to pray for every single person here, so let's do that. We're going to pray for health. We're going to pray for love and happiness. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. I see liberty and justice. I see Luigi, my brother. Hope you're doing good. Missed you yesterday. Batty Lynn, Miss Swanza, Mark Dorfman. Who else we got up in the building? I see my sisters up in here. Liberty and Justice. Ad Reigns. Hope you're doing good. Sam Champion, where you been? Hope you're good. Who else we got up in the building this morning? Mark Dorfman. Can't forget about my bro Mark. Miss Swanza, how you doing, love? Hope everything going good with you. Who we got? Popeye. We got Popeye the sailor up in the building. Who else we got up in here? Casey Ramos. How you doing, Casey? We got to make sure that we get those prayers up just like that. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Want to just say good morning, everybody. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. Amen. That's right, you guys. It's Sunday, Purple Sunday. Not any Sunday, but it's Purple Sunday. Y'all ready to go? Because I am. Me. Wait a minute. Do I have a second for a sip of water? And where is my water? Do I have a second for a sip of water? That's a sad question right there, right? Y'all work too hard. You're welcome, Casey. I'm glad you got your keychains. No doubt. I got some more coming out today and tomorrow. We've been getting real busy with those keychains. So you guys, I don't know how many we have left, but if you want to order your Our Bottom Line signature keychain so that you can rock with us on Purple Sunday, or your decals, you can definitely do that. But right about now, it's time. I'm ready to go. I said they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Whoa. And we wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere, but not here yet, right? You're not ready yet, right? Okay. Maybe throw the wave. Come on now, show me some love. There's 2 more days to my birthday. Let's go. Come on, man. I'm ready to go. That's enough. Enough playing around. I'm gonna go without you. And I told you I could do it without you. And we gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. It's one of my favorites right here. Open up those organs, up those. Dun, dun, dun. In a Ferrari, Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out money ain't a thing, bubble hard in the double off, flashing 4 rings with the window crack, holler back, money ain't a thing, jigger, I don't like it if it don't bling, 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 bling. Let's bring it back. In a Ferrari, a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out money ain't a thing, bubble hard in the double off, flash of rings with the window crack, holler back, the money ain't a thing, jigger, I don't like it if it don't bling bling, in the hell with the, cause the money ain't a thing, hardcore, block, ring, window crack, new, money ain't a thing, y'all wanna floss with us, stacking on your pimping, turn it up. Macking on you, turn it up. That money ain't a thing. Dude, that was the joint right there, right? That was the joint right there. Money ain't a thing. If boom, that beat. It's Sunday the 15th. That's right, y'all. 2026. I said, I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom, where we be talking about this and that, and chat, and this, and this, and that. Where we be talking about this and that, and chat, and this, and this, and that. Just got me lit. That's right, I don't need you to come on. I can do the bling, bling, bling. Oh, bling, bling, bling. All by myself. That was one of my favorite songs right there, as you guys probably don't know. Money Ain't a Thing, because I love the way they was doing the back and forth, and they was doing a competition in the video, like throwing money and all of that. That was a good video. If you guys don't know that video, it's called Money Ain't a Thing by Jay-Z and Jermaine Dupri. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, you guys. It is Purple Sunday. That's why every Sunday you see your boy representing for the favorite color. It's kind of like our rewind, our breakout, where we come back, break down everything that we're doing, that we talked about all during the week, as well as get ready and get prepared for Monday. That's what Purple Sunday is about, besides the fact that we also like, dig if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. That's right, we started off doing Prince songs and it just went a little further. Now we just kept the date, and I just keep wearing the jacket on Sunday. Hope everybody here is having a fantastic day. We got a lot to get into. That's enough for backstory, enough for everything else, because I know what you guys came here for. Y'all came here to get busy. So let me do what I gotta do. I got 5 on it. I'm gonna stack 5 videos at a time. I hope you guys stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from, and let me know where you're chiming in from in little states, cities, countries, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, I really do go looking, and you actually help me out. Because sometimes I'm running out of places like, where do we go look now? But guess what? Sometimes the news helps, but if there's not a lot going on, you still need to help your boy. Also, like I said, stay on topic, let's stay on point, because we got a lot to get into. Got a lot of trending topics and current events. I'm not even gonna wait any longer. Let's get into these titles. Let's go. What we got this morning over here, this Purple Sunday? We have Trump. Will the U.S. be putting boots on the ground in Iran? As we know, there's been a lot of strikes. We've been seeing a lot of video. CENTCOM has been able to provide a lot of the unclassified information to let us see what's going on. The president has been reporting how many Navy ships, what's going on the land and everywhere else. So we're kind of caught up on what's going on for real. But at the end of the day, we're not seeing that in the streets much. We're seeing the president running around outside with the people like, hey, nothing's happening over here, bring it on. So we're getting a mixed up message. We're gonna keep on moving forward because we're gonna try to clear that message as we get going with the show. We got another title that we got to get into this morning, which is parents that are accused of concealing evidence of a child's criminal case. Basically, there was a hit and run. It wasn't a hit and run, it was a pow-powing. Mother found out about it. No, hit and run, I'm sorry, it was a hit and run. The mother was told by the child, didn't report it, started concealing things. Now the mom is involved as well. Keep on moving forward because we got more. We got investors, who are broke after a Ponzi scheme that's alleged ties to alleged Orlando businessman. We were watching this story ever since it broke. This one man that was going around here with this Ponzi scheme. What's his name? I forgot his name. I apologize for that. But he's the one that's running around in Miami with the Ponzi scheme, stole hundreds of thousands, if not actually millions from people. We got the update on that. He's in court right now. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a lot to get into. It's your boy Bugatti and NYC. It is Purple Sunday. That's what we do every single morning. But it's just a little different on Purple Sunday. Hope you guys are good. Get your water, tea, everything that you need right now, because I'm going to start lining up these videos. I have a lot to break down this morning. So follow my lead and try to stay on topic, you guys. Have a good time in the chat. It's time to do it, you guys. Double tap that screen and get it on. Let's get some news and see what's going on out there in the world.
The situation in Iran is going very well. A lot of big hits today, a lot of big wins today, as you probably have heard militarily. And I think it's going very well and very good control. We'll see what's happening with the Straits. So just about everything is gone, and you'll see that.
That was President Trump Friday, teasing a major strike before revealing that the U.S., quote, totally obliterated military targets on Kharg Island, a crucial part of Iran's oil infrastructure. Mark Dubowitz is the CEO of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, and previously...
Now, if you guys do remember, they were given warning about Kharg Island for like a week, like 2 or 3 weeks. Like, hey, if you don't do this, we're going to start doing what we got to do over at Kharg Island. Seems as if the regime did not care or did not listen.
Advised the Biden, Trump, Obama, and Bush administrations on Iran policy. He joins us now to react. And Mark, your experience is so key to understanding what is happening in the fact that President Trump was able to take this measure that no previous president has. What's your thoughts on this?
So, Griff, it's amazing. I mean, President Trump's going after the financial lifeline of this regime, right? This is Kharg Island. 96%, as you said, of Iran's oil goes through this island. It represents about $50 billion, $78 billion worth of Iran's oil exports. It's about 50% of the government budget. It pays for Iran's military and security apparatus for 3 years. So this is the financial lifeblood of the regime. You squeeze this and you're squeezing the Islamic Republic.
Yeah, and targeting the Iran regime's energy sector is certainly an interesting move this far into the Iran war. I thought
about this myself, and I'm saying to myself, why would they do something like this? Of course, to shut off the pipeline of monetary. But at the end of the day, I think that even if Iran started seeing that they were really, really losing, they would probably be doing this anyway to the oil and the infrastructure, due to the fact that they want to weaken the oil opportunities for the United States if we go over there to try to take the oil. Think about that. They were probably going to do this themselves anyway. If you really think about these people. It's just something that I was thinking about. Maybe you don't agree, but it's another thing to think about. Let's keep going a little bit.
President's Truth Social, though, yesterday laid out a lot of clarity on exactly what's at play here. Mark, I want to read it to you. He says, I've chosen not to wipe out the oil infrastructure on the island. However, should Iran or anyone else do anything to interfere with the free and safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, I will immediately reconsider this decision.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense right now. They're going to take it anyway. They know what's going to happen. What happened in Venezuela, it's all about the oil, and it seems like that's what they're doing. Got to keep on moving because we got much, much more right here. We've got Trump actually beginning to move more ground forces into the Middle East, but still have not touched the ground. But we're just going over there. You remember how that happened at first, right? First, we're just sending the ships over. We're not going to do nothing. And now, boom, boom, boom. I think we need to just start learning and seeing what's happening and start to predict what's going on nowadays.
War in the Middle East could be set to enter a dangerous new phase, with the US moving more ground troops to the region. Donald Trump hasn't given the green light yet for an invasion, but reinforcements are expected to arrive within weeks.
The 31st Marines Expeditionary Force, a carrier group packing amphibious vehicles, stealth fighter jets, hovercraft, and 2,200 troops.
Move up!
After 2 weeks of flying over Iran, the US now set to walk into it.
Move! Yep.
Pentagon sources saying the USS Tripoli group is heading in from Japan, up to 2 weeks away.
When are you
on
going to
now.
know when it's over?
When I feel it.
Okay.
I feel it in my bones.
America insisting victory is near.
Iran's leadership is in no better shape. Desperate and hiding, they've gone underground, cowering. That's what rats do.
But in Tehran, just hours later, the annual Al-Quds parade for Palestinians. Thousands marched despite bombs falling nearby, and among them, Iran's leaders, brazenly flaunting their presence. The president stopping for selfies, the foreign minister staying local, and the justice minister barely flinching in an airstrike. Not looking like a regime under threat, even as the US put a price on their heads, now offering $10 million rewards, including for still unseen Ayatollah Mushtaq.
Again, if you already know it's going to happen, it's imminent, why not just go out there and be with the rest of the people? What's going to happen when you're by yourself? Think about it in a logical way right now. It's really going down. It's crazy out there, you guys. It's all making sense. It's not hard to understand what's going on here.
Abu Khamenei, 14 days of airstrikes, even drone strikes. But the US has never hit this until now. Iran's crown jewel oil facility, Karg Island, just 8 kilometers long, it handles 90% of exports, vital to Iran's economy. So far, only hitting the island's military infrastructure, but it will rattle world markets too.
War is hell. War is chaos.
Responding to confirmation, all
The military infrastructure so that they can't fight back. And also, it looks like they're trying to break down anything that they can do when it comes down to fighting back naval, fighting back on land, anything that it has to do with, but basically, let's look a little bit more, see what's going on with CENTCOM, with these unclassified files. No audio when CENTCOM sends out the video. All you're gonna be able to see is the strikes, probably the incoming such and such that I can't say, and basically afterward. All of this is unclassified things that they're actually doing and actually happen on Kharkiv. And these are the military infrastructures right here. 2 more over here. The accuracy, the accuracy is ridiculous. I just gotta say that. The accuracy, I just can't believe it myself. Like I would be totally in fear of the United States of America because the accuracy is, I just can't believe it. And that's probably why they always say that, well, they've been saying that they don't necessarily have to send boots on the ground because of the accuracy of the missiles, but they still may have to in order to really like take over and, you know, the regime and all of that stuff. So it just depends on what's going on right now. Just got to really pay attention to see what's going on. Like with this here, it's like, whoo, it's a lot of striking. I'm just so amazed about how many people are just out there while this boom, this stuff is going on. It's brave people. And I would love to pray for them as well as the families and the children out there because it's like they're at their end. Like when you see people living like that, when missiles are in the air hitting buildings and that could just be taken, it could have hit them. That's when you know like how precious life is. I want to pray for every family members, everybody out there. I know it's a whole different religion and all of that. I know what you guys are saying, but no, this should not be going on. I'm hoping and praying that this is over soon. Amen. Just keep on moving forward because now we got to get on over to the Southwest. We got this shocking moment when potential threat to passengers as a plane was diverted now. Now I'm thinking that these planes are being diverted because of what's going on with the WA, but they're not saying nothing. I got to be careful. You remember what they did the other day. I'm just going to be bringing you guys some videos. I'm going to need you guys to just pay attention right now to what's going on because it's real right now with the top stories that we bringing in. Got to be careful with what I'm saying.
Good, dude. Spirit with us, and we're working with Atlanta and trying to get us some more information, and we'll get it to you here shortly.
Here in just a moment. So at this time, please have I need everyone in their seats. So if you are moving up about the cabin, I know it's hard on here. We appreciate you guys sticking through it with us as we are learning more information. As you guys can see, we do have vehicles rolling up to the side of the aircraft. So at this,
so they got probably a warning that somebody on the plane got something and basically in the luggage or something like that. So they're like, everybody grab what's immediately next to you. Don't grab your luggage and everybody get off row by row. And then they're going to send the dogs in to smell everybody's stuff.
Time, please, everyone stay, remain in their seats, and please follow flight attendant instructions from here on out at this moment. We appreciate your patience. Hopefully everything, we should be...
This is Southwest Airlines, by the way. If anybody want to know, Southwest Airlines.
Get some more information here in just a moment. Thank you.
Now you're going to see them all with their hands up, like this. So now I know that they're saying that there's nothing going on in the United States right now. There's no fear of the WA, whatever right now, but look like a little bit of fear to me. I'm not going to say too much. Pay attention to what's going on here, you guys.
Put your hands up. So we're going to have the front row, then we're going to do the next row just like you would normally deboard a plane. Do not rush to the front to deboard the plane. We are going to go row by row. Again, do not bring any other belongings other than what you have on your person at this current time.
I just want to go to the beach. Oh my god, this is insane. Our stuff is being swept by canines.
So their stuff was swept by canines. So now they said that their stuff was being swept by canines. Let's get up out of here, you guys. Let's go ahead and do some other news right now, because I ain't trying to be messing around with these folks again. This is their building. This is where they live at. Can't be throwing rocks and making noise too loud. So yes, let's get on over to another scene, another topic. Hope you guys really got a lot out of that, because it's going down for real, and it's going down everywhere now. We got Marjorie Taylor Greene right now, who's revealing whether she feels that Donald Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize after what's going on right now. There was a lot of peace in the beginning, trying to do everything through peace, but basically she's saying it seems like it has been a complete 360. And why am I saying what this lady's gonna say? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's let her speak since she's right here.
You're someone who once said you thought that there was no one more deserving of the Nobel Peace Prize than President Trump. Obviously, he's long sought one. Do you think that there's any way he could still get one given this war?
You know, at one time when he wanted to be the president of peace and he wanted to end wars and constantly talked about no more foreign wars, no ending wars, of course I thought he deserved the Nobel Peace Prize. But do I think he deserves it now? No, absolutely not. And I don't think this is what the American people want. Look, I think there's a big divide, Caitlin, between the baby boomer generation and like Gen X, my generation, and the millennials. You know, our generations have been the ones that have been sent to fight these wars in the Middle East, and our generations have paid a huge cost, and we want to see it over with. But yet it's the baby boomers that are in power that are just clinging to power, living out the end of their days. You know, it really angers me, Caitlin, because I feel like they're ruining it for the rest of us. They're leaving us with tens of trillions of national debt. Only 7 years from now, Social Security is going to be bankrupt. So me and you, so our Social Security payments are going to be basically a tax, and we may never see a Social Security check. So the direction of America and the divide between the generations, where many baby boomers are supporting this war because that's what they've been told on television, where many of us, we get our news from alternate sources and international news, and we know what's going on. You know, here's the message for the rest of the world. The younger generations of Americans, we don't want war with the world. We want peace. We desperately want peace between...
Yes, they're friends now. You see what happens? They say that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah, you guys, get him out. She has gone crazy. Why is Dwayne Chapman on TV? Oh my God, that is crazy, because I started saying, like, don't she look like somebody? Oh my God, these two are friends. 35 more likes. Come on now, I know we can get 35 more likes. We up at 6 o'clock in the morning bringing the updated news and everything right there. Just that beginning was kind of crazy if you guys really dive in. We got so much more. I really would appreciate if you can double tap that screen to get the likes up. It gets more people over here. We got a ton more, and we're gonna get real busy when we get down to our health and wellness section. Let's go, let's keep going.
in all of our nations. We want good trade. We want to have good business deals. And we want to be able to visit your countries and you come visit ours. This is not what we want. This is not what we voted for. And I'm certainly praying for our military troops, and I'm praying for the administration to stop the insanity.
I think a lot of people did vote for it, and now that it's going on, we just want it to be over. And I think it's going to be a much peaceful situation is what people are thinking. I'm just thinking of this is possibly what the majority of people are thinking. And then there's a lot of other people that are saying, like, what's going on with all of that money you guys are spending over there? Because you could be investing that money over here. I know, no. And then all the stuff about the oil. There's so many different decisions and so many reasons why people have their own value points is what I want to say. And that's why we made this platform, so everybody can come here and voice their value points, and maybe we can come to some resolutions. Let's get on over to Utah. Very serious case right now where the judge is ruling that Charlie Kirk's hearing, it is going to be open to the public. I like that right there. But some parts of it, they're probably not going to let everybody see. But then let's let these people talk. I don't have to tell you guys everything. Let's go. What was that right here? Okay, now we did that one already. Where's this Charlie Kirk thing that we got going on? Let's get up to date on what's going on with that category.
Welcome back. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin was back in court yesterday as Judge Tony Graff denied several of the defense motions, including allowing cameras in the courtroom for now and making the next hearing on April 17th open to the public.
Normally in a state case or a regular case in the city or something like that, they let you have like cameras and stuff like that in the courtroom. Federal cases is when we get stuck seeing like the fantastic art renderings and things like that. You'll hardly ever see cameras in a federal case for trial.
The presumption is it will be open, but could there be a portion that's closed? Absolutely. I just don't want to state how much or how long because I don't know what the depth of that information. So I want to review that, but the anticipation is it will be an open hearing.
Here to discuss it, Fox News contributor, criminal defense attorney, and co-host of the weekly Rap Sheet on Fox Nation, Josh Ritter. Good morning, Josh. I saw you talking a little bit about this yesterday, and I want to pick up where you left off, which is you thought that this is indicating that we may get to see more than we originally thought when all of this started.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully that's the way that the judge is leaning, if this is any indication from the ruling that he made yesterday. But yesterday's hearing was primarily focused on whether or not cameras will be allowed in court for the next hearing in April. And that hearing will determine whether or not cameras will be allowed in the courtroom for the rest of the proceedings. It goes back to this preoccupation that the defense seems to have with the public perception of this case. Up until now, we have had, by the way, 0 hearings about the evidence or facts of the case. It's mainly been about the defense challenging whether or not the prosecution should even be allowed to prosecute the case.
The whole thing about this dude right here, they're trying to do everything but the case. The entire time, we've been hearing nothing about charges. We got no new evidence. We got absolutely nothing. All it is, oh, well, the daughter of the prosecutor saw this, heard about it, and they might have something, may feel a certain way. It has actually been nothing about the actual charges, which is ridiculous. And now it's about cameras in the courtroom and all of this crap. When are we finally going to get down to the case and the evidence is what everybody's really asking?
And then whether or not cameras should be allowed inside the courtroom and what they can photograph. Can they show the defendant? Can they show him in prison clothing? Can they show him in shackles? Where should the cameras be positioned inside of the courtroom? So a lot of it, like I said, has to do with this kind of surrounding noise about how the public perceives the proceedings, but not so much about the substance of it. So because
he's trying to find a technicality or something to mess up so that they can try to bring it back again and come back on appeal or something. We're not stupid. That's why the judge is being so picky, because he's trying to have a good trial so that there's nothing to really be able to bring up. But from what I'm seeing here, they're going to try to bring up anything that they can. We'll keep going up. We'll keep on letting you guys know what we find out on this case right here, but seems like a lot of preliminary crap up until now. Let's get on over here to these parents who've been charged with concealing evidence in this criminal case of this child right here. It's in our actual heading and our thumbnail. Let's get into it real quick. In Baltimore, let's go.
A major twist tonight in the case of 3 14-year-olds now accused of hitting a Baltimore City police officer with a car last month. Tonight, the mother of one of those teens now faces charges and is accused of helping her daughter cover up the crime.
Fox 25's Rebecca Pryor is live tonight bringing us today's developments. Rebecca.
Yeah, Mary and Kai, the three 14-year-olds that are accused of striking that police officer with allegedly a stolen car, they have already been arrested. And while this mother had no direct involvement with that incident itself, prosecutors are now saying that her actions after the fact is what's pulling her into this case. February.
That's why I keep on talking about Grand Theft, the video game, because this is how they act when you play the video game. If you really just don't watch this right now from the perspective of real life, and you watch it from the perspective of Grand Theft Auto, the video game, then you'll really get what I'm saying.
15th on the 800 block of West Lombard Street.
27, give me some more units.
Chaos captured on a Baltimore police officer's body-worn camera while responding to an armed robbery call. Three 14-year-olds reportedly fleeing the scene in a stolen Kia sedan, running over the foot of Officer William Cole. Cole then opening fire as the car speeds off in reverse.
Now, you know why how terrible this is? Because it could have actually hit them. They could have got powed after he went down, and it could have went through that door, could have got at one of them, and they wouldn't even be here right now, right? Now, he got his foot ran over. Hopefully, he gets healed up over that. And then now they're doing the U-turn and trying to get up out of there. Could have been a whole nother accident. Not paying attention. 14-year-olds, three of them.
Leaving him and a man who was allegedly beaten by the group behind. A month later, this case not ending with the arrest of the teens.
So to be clear, when there's an opportunity for my office to hold a parent accountable for the actions that undoubtedly support the child's alleged criminal behavior, we will.
State's Attorney Ivan.
Let me get in real quick right now before I let him finish. I think the other parents need to be involved and get locked up too. If your child do something like this, I think the parent need to go to jail for 5 years.
Bates, alongside Commissioner Richard Worley, announcing 42-year-old Yolanda Wilkes, the mother of the girl investigators say was behind the wheel, now facing charges for contributing to the delinquency of a child and altering evidence, both carrying up to 3 years behind bars.
This case is deeply troubling. A police officer was struck by a vehicle, and following the incident, an adult is alleged to have concealed evidence and misled authorities.
According to charging documents, the night of the incident, the girl coming home and confessing to her mother, telling her she'd been shot in the right hand, she messed up, and that she, quote, thinks she caught a body.
When your child tells you they think that they've caught a body.
Now my question is, how do they even get lingo like that when they're 14 years old? And what do you mean they came home and told you like they some 18 or 19 or 20-year-old? Why the hell you don't know where your 14-year-old's at in the first place?
You probably want to call the police to say what on earth is going on here.
Instead, investigators say Wilkes took her daughter to the hospital, but lied about the injury, saying it was sustained falling off of a scooter. Charging documents also claiming Wilkes threw away her daughter's bloody clothing in a dumpster. Then after speaking with police, investigators believe she returned to the dumpster to retrieve it.
There was a torn open bag that indicated that it had been removed. So, you know, it was there. She said it was there. Now it's gone.
It comes as Worley warns juvenile crime continues to climb across Baltimore City. The commissioner saying juvenile arrests for serious offenses, including shootings, carjackings, robberies, and illegal gun possession, all trending upwards this year.
Already this year, I've seen, I think it's 3 young people have been killed, and they've been killed at the hands of probably other young people. And that's not the direction we want to go. And we've got to change that.
To help turn things around, Bates saying he hopes this case sends a message. When necessary, his office won't hesitate to make consequences a family affair.
There's no doubt if we had more parental accountability in our city, that our children would have the opportunity to move on the right path.
Bates going on to put a call out to state lawmakers, saying that they should also be looking for more ways to hold parents accountable in juvenile cases like these. Meanwhile, this parent is due in court on April 20th. And as
I think all three of them need to go to court.
for that officer, we did get an update on his condition from Commissioner Worley. Worley says that he suffered a broken ankle. He's in a lot of pain, but that he is expected to make a full recovery.
Oh man, woo! Keep on moving, you guys. Double tap that screen, get those likes up, and take care of your kids, because outside in the street and everywhere else, that's secondary. All that, oh, we need a community. It takes a village. You got to be the king of the village. How about that? You got to get them prepared, wean them, get them ready to be out here, make them understand good from wrong, I mean bad from good, and then we can come out and help you as the community. Don't think that everybody's going to be up stepping up trying to help everybody. It don't go down like that. You're the first one that's responsible. I want to pray for everybody in that situation. Hopefully that everybody, that the officer gets a full recovery and these kids get their stuff together. And thank you for not letting one of those pals connect with one of those 14-year-olds. Amen. Because that could have been a worse situation right there. I know it's a bad thing that they did, but it's still kids at the end of the day. You know, I did crazy stuff when I was a kid, and Lord knows I wouldn't have wanted to be out of here 14 years old. Hopefully they can learn from it. You know what I'm saying, guys? Let's be real. I wasn't the best when I was 14. I was a cold stone thunderer, but I ain't do nothing like that. We got the former mayor. Yeah, I already told you guys about this right now. It is now the time that you could just make something up, and yep, a week will pass, and it'll probably come true. Or it probably already did. This is something I would never believe. I don't even think I wrote it correctly, but I'm gonna try. Former mayor accused of something with a child, and from working and being in the community, he, I can't even say the words, but all I'm gonna say is on slow. Meet Rhonda Woodchipper on slow. This is the former mayor who's been accused of child number 6 crimes. The former mayor. Okay, let's go on over here and let you see what's going on with this nonsense. And what is this, Gettysburg? Come on, y'all, let's get this.
Led to the resignation of Gettysburg Mayor Chad Allen Carr. Just months after he took the oath of office, he was charged by state police and is accused of child sex crimes, including grooming a 16-year-old boy who police say he met when the victim was 8 years old. It's 6 o'clock. I'm Candace Scalise, CBS 21's Andrew Klein, joining us in Gettysburg tonight, breaking down these charges.
Now, Candace, I read through the affidavit of probable cause describing the charges that former Gettysburg Mayor Chad Allen Carr is facing for alleged sex crimes involving minors. The alleged victim, someone who says he met Carr when he was just 8 years old as part of a local theater program.
We've charged Mr. Carr with 3 counts: possession of child pornography, criminal solicitation to commit possession of child pornography, and corruption of minors.
Major allegations against the former mayor of Gettysburg. The affidavit describing a sexual relationship with a young boy via Skype and Facebook Messenger.
Met him when he was 8 years old. And this is the former mayor of Gettysburg. Come on, y'all, do me a favor. And this could be a really good one right here. And I know, it doesn't sound good, Bugatti, because this town sounds horrible. The reason I'm saying it can be a good one is because this could be one of the reasons why you could sit your kid down and be like, you see, this is why I'm so hard on you. This is why I'm always asking you to text or call me. This is why I got the location on you, because we can't even trust our people that we're supposed to trust. And then again, we may get a little bridge where they say, you know what, I understand, Mom, I understand, Dad. And you may be able to open up a relationship like that. Sit them down and let them know what's going on, instead of just call me, make sure I know where you are. Sometimes we need a little bit of help, and sometimes we got to use real things in order to set those boundaries, or maybe open up channels too. Come on, you guys, let's go.
Troopers saying on multiple occasions the two video chatted and performed sexual acts together.
We are alleging and believe it's true that Chad Allen Carr had groomed this particular individual from a time even before they were 16 years old, going back to they were a preteen young boy. He developed a relationship with that person, groomed that person, and ultimately was able to successfully entice that person into sharing nude photographic images, nude video images, and inappropriate criminal behavior.
PSP holding a press conference this afternoon outlining the charges and say this alleged victim in the affidavit might not be the only one.
We have already found and interviewed multiple people that certainly had inappropriate conduct in contact with this particular person. I'm not alleging that was criminal behavior. If so, we would have included those in the charge that we filed. But certainly inappropriate conduct between Mr. Carr and several juvenile young boys.
We'll continue to investigate as time goes on.
We would like to encourage anyone, if they have additional information relative to this investigation, be it a witness or any potential individuals who have had contact with Mr. Carr over the course of the past several years, to please contact us.
Carr is currently scheduled for a preliminary hearing 1 week from today, March 20th at 10 a.m. in Adams County. Andrew Klein, CBS 21 News.
Before turning himself in today, Carr resigned from multiple positions he held in Gettysburg, including his most recent appointment as mayor. Carr was
stuff like, we can't even trust mayors sometimes, honey. We can't even trust the teachers sometimes, son. I just want to let you know I trust you and everything that we're trying to bring into you and teach you and everything, because, you know, I love you. You're my son and you're my daughter. But, you know, you never know what these people are out here trying to do. That's why I always want you to text me. I'm always asking you to call, because I don't know what's going to happen. That's what I'm saying, that kind of conversation.
Sworn in as mayor on New Year's Eve before the Borough Council says it received a letter of resignation on March 3rd due to a, quote, personal legal matter. That resignation was approved on the 9th by the council. Council President Matt Moon is now serving as the interim mayor until March 23rd, while the search for a new mayor is underway. Moon says any Gettysburg resident who has lived in the borough for 1 full year can apply. Applications are due this upcoming Monday, March 16th.
That's probably why you wound up getting mayors like that, because anybody can apply. Y'all got to do a little better scrutinizing these people before you just let anybody come and try to be the mayor somewhere. Oh boy, do me a favor, if y'all appreciate the content that you're getting over here, let's double tap that screen. Also want to pray and hope that we don't find any deeper stories about this person here, because then that will mean that it would affect the children. Lord, thanks so much for finally revealing this demon to us so that we can see this monster and hopefully get him taken care of the right way through the proper channels. Anybody who's been affected by this, I'd love to pray for them, their families, as well as the children, and hopefully they bring them out to justice as well. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got a lot of inability to recall. Oh, I don't remember that. Yeah, we know. When it comes down to certain lawmakers discussing this Richard Pond's testimony with the Epstein-Proscott acting. This guy right here is the accountant, acting like he don't know what's going on, right? One thing I don't like is when people kind of get caught red-handed out there. He's really good. Let me start all over again. The accountant for Jeffrey Epstein is being interviewed right now. He's being interviewed right now, and then we find out that there's many connections that he had to know about. If you're the accountant, you knew about incoming monetary and you knew about outgoing payments, because that's your job. And there was a lot of payments that were shifted to this accountant, as well as LLCs that he was a part owner with Jeffrey Epstein. Especially when certain things started going on, he became the power of attorney. So it's really hard for me to say he didn't know about flights, even like certain monetary going to certain people to pay for certain things. So now, he's really trying to slide through this situation here. I don't know if they're going to let him, but I think that they should be a little more stern on this accountant, because he actually needs to probably be brought up on charges.
Answer any questions. I'll just say from the start that one of the big reasons for this investigation is that we want rich and powerful people to be subject to the same laws and same treatment as the other 99.9% of Americans. And that's not what happened with Jeffrey Epstein. He was able to commit heinous crimes and get away with them over and over again. And people around him were able to enable this financially, legally, and he was able to evade tax laws. He was able to evade justice. He was able to get away with a lot of crimes because there were white-collar professionals around him helping him fix situations, helping him get the best tax treatment, best legal treatment possible. And so we have serious concerns about this. We can't get into the details of everything that was said, but one of the things that we did learn was that there was another head of state that was mentioned as having financial transactions with Jeffrey Epstein, not an American one, and then another person who is an accuser of Donald Trump was given in settlement by Jeffrey Epstein's estate. We did confirm that. And so we're learning more. The deposition is going to keep going on, but this is a very illuminating one because we're starting to hear more information about the infrastructure around Jeffrey Epstein that enabled him to commit these crimes and do the things he did.
I'll just say that, Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring would not have been possible without Richard Kahn, who managed Epstein's money for years authorized payments, including payments to victims and survivors. And today we've heard from Mr. Khan a lot of inability to recall emails, messages, activities he was involved in. From my perspective, 2 hours into this, I do not find it credible that he had no knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. If he was ignorant of Epstein's crimes, he was willfully ignorant of those crimes, given the depth of his involvement with Epstein and his finances over many years.
Beyond the paper trail, is there any indication he was ever around?
The paper trail is too tight for him to not be knowing what's going on or be involved in it. He's already paying off victims already, and he knows about what's going on if he's making these payments, right?
Victims.
He has said publicly before this that he didn't have any awareness of the victims or did not meet victims. But I will say, if you're someone who is around Jeffrey Epstein and seeing all the transactions Jeffrey Epstein is making, why wouldn't you ask questions about the legality? Why wouldn't you ask questions about the impropriety? Why wouldn't you double check your work and to see if you're involved in anything illegal?
You're an accountant. You got to account for things. So you're going to ask him, what is this payment for? What's that payment for? What's this payment for? I knew one of the best accountants in the world. I used to work for him. Stashed more cash than Bert Padell. Did you know what Bert did one time? Think I'm lying. Look it up. Bert told me straight up and down. He said, yeah. He said, let me tell you something, babe. These guys, they don't know. I'm serious about it. He said, one day, we got the, what's the name of that rap group, that R&B group? Oh yeah, Jodeci. They come inside my office, and I'm like, let me see your keys, you guys. So all of them, they got like Mercedes Benz. I told them all, do me a favor, guys, put all your keys on the table right there. I want to see something. So all of them, they put their keys down, and all of them had like Mercedes Benz key emblems, right? So he said, hold on a minute, babe. And he always called everybody babe. That's just how Bert is. Don't feel no way about it. He went down in the drawer, and he came back up. And he put down four different styles of key rings, and he picked up theirs, right? And he put theirs in the drawer. And then when he looked at those key rings and the key chains, they were all for Volkswagens. He said, yeah, now that's what you guys can afford. I ain't playing with you. Accountants know what's going on, man. Stop playing.
Can we follow up on something you said about the settlements and
pulled up in Benz's left off and Jettas and what was those Jettas and Golfs.
With one of potentially Donald Trump's accusers you mentioned, can you clarify what you meant there and what you've learned about the settlement so far in general?
We wanted to confirm that certain accusers...
No, we got more. Let's keep on moving forward. Just wanted to tell you guys to see what's going on with this monetary, as well as there has to be some accounting that's going to be really taking accounting of. When you're an accountant, when you're paying the bills, even the little slot that's on the check, it says memo. You got to say, what was that for? What are we paying this bill for? For rent, for appliances. It has to have some sort of memo. So let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got a lot to keep on going into. We're going to get on over the House panel as they prepare to question the prison guard over at the from the prison that Jeffrey Epstein was at. But before that, we got more to get into when it comes down to Zorro Ranch, the Epstein files, a little more. Let's keep on going right here. Let's see what we got here.
Happy to welcome California Congressman Robert Garcia, ranking member of the House Oversight Committee. So what I'd hoped to hear was Congressman Walkinshaw, who wants to know a few things. He said there'd been reporting by the Miami Herald that he was paying protection payments to prison guards. This, of course, referencing Jeffrey Epstein. It is
Maybe that is accounting for all of those small payments, the $5,000 payments and the other payments that you and I saw yesterday that was going to the prison guard in the New York prison, the federal prison.
Proven, but I think that's an important line of questioning to understand what happened and what went wrong here. Is that the kind of thing you want to ask? And what else do you want to ask in terms of questions of this person you'll be interviewing?
Good morning. We got it. Let's double tap.
I mean, that's absolutely correct. Look, I think first it's really important to put things in perspective. Obviously, there have been two different investigations done by the DOJ that were conclusive from their perspective that this was a suicide. At the same time, I think we just got to be very honest that this whole investigation and the entire case around Jeffrey Epstein there's been so much controversy. There's been so much deception that I think it's important that we take take a serious look around the events that led to his death. And there have been so many inconsistencies around what the actual guards actually knew, possible payments that were being received, missing camera footage that we know has been widely reported. And there have been others, including independent experts, that have looked at both photographs, evidence, that have come to a different conclusion. And so this is a moment, I think, for oversight to do the right thing, ask the right questions. And if we can get more information about whether it was payments, which I think would be quite alarming, whether anyone else had actually come to visit Jeffrey Epstein, those are the kind of questions that we want to ask.
And this week you said that the committee is moving forward with plans to obtain additional Epstein records that the DOJ has yet to share with Congress or the public. What kind of files do you think are still missing, and how many?
Look, we think that actually about half of the files are still missing, which is...
We only have a smidgen of the files. I really wanted you guys to hear that, because I was saying a third, but they're saying that they think that only a half amount of the files have been provided. I think there's much more than that. We still have not found the storage bins and the storage rooms that have not been accounted for when it comes down to the private detectives that were hired to move certain files to various places. That estate should be brought up on to be questioned as well. Whoever represents the estate.
Outrageous. I mean, 50% likely of the entire batch of files is still in the possession of the DOJ. And there's really no legal reason for them to be holding those. There's a subpoena in place and a law in place. And the subpoena makes it very clear that all documents need to be given to the United States Congress.
And now they got this guard out here that's actually, you know what I'm saying, like been accused of probably having some misdealings going on. They got this inmate that said guards discussed the death. I'm sorry, can't say that word. Some guards, let me try to say this a safe way. Guards were discussing Jeffrey Epstein's demise, and they covered it up. This is a report right here that they heard somebody saying something about Jeffrey Epstein. It's too much, you guys. You know how it is with this case. It's like where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot coming out on this. This onion is getting so crazy that it's like, how many layers of this onion are we going to go down? Wow.
DOJ's Epstein database reveals that an inmate once told the FBI that he overheard prison guards talking about covering up Epstein's death on the morning the sex offender died.
Do me a favor, y'all. I appreciate it. Let's double tap that screen. I know we can do better than 200 likes because I know we can do much better. They're trying to suppress us right now because we made a mistake the other day. They want to what do they call it? Throttle us a little bit. I see what's going on. Hard to do my reels and stuff like that. But guess what? I'm going to keep on moving forward and giving my people fantastic shows. So after a while, you know what? You got to get synced and you got to get it right. So that's why I'm going to just honestly tell you guys, I have to ask you to hit that like button. We had an issue the other day, just being 100 about it. They didn't really like the way that we came out 2 days ago. We really were doing our thing. So the whole show, boom, as soon as it was over, had to come back, do a little monologue or whatever for about an hour just to fill the space. But now we're back and going. When it comes down to me trying to do our shorts after the show, they throttle it now because they just messing with your boy. But when I'm in control, like right now, I'm gonna just tell you guys what's going on. I really need you to hit that like button because that's when we can overdo and overcome what they're trying to do right now, which is throttle us and mess with us right now because of a little hiccup the other day. Sometimes they don't like when you tell the truth. Let's keep on going, you guys, but they don't understand it's the power of the people. And you keep on messing around, you're gonna mess around and go somewhere else. How about that?
The document includes 5 handwritten pages of notes from the unidentified inmate's FBI interview. And while unsubstantiated, the details are likely to raise more questions about Epstein's death, which was officially ruled a suicide. Joining us now, Julie K. Brown, investigative reporter for the Miami Herald. It's good to see you again, Julie. The inmate claimed that the whole wing, as I understand it, overheard this exchange among guards. Tell us what the notes from the FBI say.
Well, this particular inmate said that he woke up to the commotion of them discovering that something was wrong, in the CHU, which is the special housing unit for people like Epstein who are supposed to be watched more carefully. And in this particular case, he heard the yelling and the screaming, and of course it roused him up. And he told the FBI that he heard them say something to the effect of, "You dudes, you killed this dude, you killed him." And then another female guard saying, "Well, we don't have to worry about this because we're going to cover it up, and my guys are going to have an alibi," or words to that effect. And so, this raises questions about what actually happened on that night, and for good reason. There's been a lot of errors we know now there were a lot of errors made that night. And if you really look at the whole picture and all the problems that they had, I think that it's worthy to take a look at this inmate's statement, even though it was uncorroborated.
So I know that you tried to reach the lawyer for the female guard who was working. MS Now has tried to reach her lawyer. But what else do we know about her and for that matter, the others who were on duty that day?
Well, she was a relatively new correctional officer, as I understand it. And the other thing that came out over the weekend was the New York Post was the first to discover, and I also found the documents myself that showed that the DOC investigators, the DOJ investigators actually did some work on her finances, got her banking statements, and you could see them in the files, and it shows that she had quite a number of cash deposits into her bank account. So that's suspicious. And she apparently searched for Epstein's name just 40 minutes before his body was found. So, there's all these pieces that don't make sense and have never made sense, going back to the July 23rd when they found him laying on the floor of a cell. And his first words when he regained consciousness was, "My cellmate tried to kill me." He never said that he tried to commit suicide. In fact, all the psychological reports say that he felt that he had a good case, that he was hiring lawyers, that he had a great life. There's no indication at all that he was suicidal in these psychological evaluations. So
here, you guys, y'all want to see the rest of this? It's files. Inmates said guards discussed Epstein's can't say that word, the cover-up. This is the MS Now report, you guys. See what's going on here. And now where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of questions, huh? A lot of questions are being brought up. Let's get into a little bit of Fergie. No, we're not talking about the Black Eyed Peas. I'm talking about Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess. We got a situation here where we found some private emails as she was obsessed with Epstein. And she was once heard saying that you're a legend, with the very affectionate emails to Jeffrey Epstein. You think it had something to do with the money that he was giving her, allegedly, to help her pay her bills? Can you help me pay my telephone bill? Can you help me with my rent? Yeah.
My dear, spectacular, and special friend Jeffrey, you are a legend, and I'm so proud of you. Thanks for being such a great friend. Lots of love, Sarah. That was part of an email that Sarah Ferguson, the ex-wife of former Prince Andrew and better known to many as Fergie, sent to Jeffrey Epstein in 2009 when he was serving a jail sentence for procuring prostitution from a minor. It's among the dozens of messages between Epstein and Ferguson that CNN reviewed from the Justice Department's Epstein files. Ferguson privately leaned on Epstein for moral support, career advice, and money. Ferguson has not been accused of crimes related to Epstein, and the mention of one's names in the Epstein files does not suggest wrongdoing. She wrote to Epstein in the fall of 2009, "I urgently need 20,000 pounds for rent today. Any brainwave?"
You're a legend. I think you're the greatest. Oh my God, there's nobody like you. Nobody like you. You think you can loan me 20,000 pounds? You think we don't know what's going on over there? Seems like you're really desperate for money. And while he's arrested and while he's in jail, what are you going to get his accountant to send you the money? Possibly. These are the questions that we have to ask about the people that you've been keeping time with, Sarah Ferguson. That's why I call you personally the Ice Queen. She don't care. And I do think that she probably was trying to sell off her daughters too. Allegedly. I'm telling you, $20 million. Y'all saw the report the other day, right?
Waves. Several months later, any chance I could borrow $50,000 or $100,000 US to help get through the small bills that are pushing me over. The same year, she encouraged Epstein to hire her to be his house assistant. I am the most capable and desperately need the money. Please, Jeffrey, think about it. The former Duchess publicly criticized Epstein in 2011. She said in an interview, "I abhor pedophilia," and she promised to cut ties with him. But what we found was that Ferguson not only stayed in touch with Epstein, she privately asked for his forgiveness. Here's part of her email to Epstein in April of 2011. "I know you also feel hellaciously let down by me, and I must humbly apologize to you and your heart for that. You have always been a steadfast, generous, and supreme friend to me and my family. I did absolutely not say the P word about you." We've reached out to a representative for Ferguson for comment.
Oh, she ain't gonna respond to that right there. She busy. She over in them recovery centers and all of that, trying to stay low. She ain't trying to be out here like that. Y'all appreciate the content and the way that we go do that investigative stuff that nobody else do. Yeah, we try to go as far as we can every time we do this, y'all. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. It gets more people over here. Plus, we gotta fight the power. Come on, help me fight the power, you guys. I really appreciate it. We need to fight the powers that be right now. We gotta get on over to New York. Maybe this will bring more people over. And if I can make it there, I'll make it bum. Anywhere, it's up to you, New York. That's right, we got a man that's been arrested. Because what did he do? Watch your head. I know that's your favorite part. I'm about to make a t-shirt that says, watch your head. But this ain't a funny one, because this man right here, he was been arrested after a long back and forth. They found out that he took out his wife. Sad situation here. I can't say certain words. I know you guys, what do you mean took out his wife? Yes, not to dinner, not to the ball. She's no longer with us, and they found out this guy did it. Terrible situation here. Bad, y'all. I don't even know what to say. Can't find words for stories like this.
A 75-year-old Queens man has been charged with murdering his 34-year-old Guyanese wife after her decomposed body parts were discovered in separate locations over a 6-month period, authorities said. Rupchand Simbu was arrested Wednesday and charged with murder in the death of his wife, Salisha Ali, whose remains were first found in September 2025. Department of Sanitation workers discovered skeletal remains inside a garbage bag near 149th Avenue and Brooksville Boulevard in New York at around 7 a.m. on September 22, police said. 6 months later, on March 5, the victim's head was found at the Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuge in Springfield Gardens at approximately 10:30 p.m. according to police and sources. The medical examiner ruled the incident a homicide in January, though details about when and how Ali, originally from Guyana, was killed remains unclear. In addition to the murder charge, Simbu faces charges of obstructing governmental administration and 2 counts of tampering with physical evidence. His arraignment was pending Wednesday. Authorities have not released further details about a motive, and the investigation remains ongoing. The case has shook the Queens community, with neighbors expressing disbelief in the severity of the crime and the gruesome nature of the discovery. Authorities said the case unfolded in a series of chilling discoveries.
I can't believe that this lady was half this man's age and something like this happens. I can't believe it. This is terrible. Terrible, tragic situation right there, you guys. Oh man, I don't even like reporting stuff like that. I want to pray for her family. I want to pray for her soul. Hopefully he gets the justification that he needs. That's the proper the terms that he's supposed to get. I don't even know what to say about that because of the way that it was so gruesome, and I can't even say certain words that I'm supposed to as bullet points. But I want to just pray for the family. I want to pray for if she had any children. And you guys, you see stuff like this going on. You see pre-warnings and everything. Try to get away. I understand that you're probably used to it and it's probably just a regular fight or whatever. But sometimes those regular arguments and regular fights, they do escalate. And no hitting is good at all. I've learned that myself in the past. Don't put your hands on nobody. And if you get to that, my mother always told me, if you ever have to put your hands on somebody, it's time to go. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, to Philadelphia. We got new charges that is being expected for this. I can say these words. Can I say grave robber? Yeah, the grave robber dude, Jonathan Gerlach. Remember that crazy Skeletor sort of dude that was running around robbing parts out of the, out of the Ave yard. Yeah, they found and they bringing up some charges on him, but they can't bring up all of the charges right now because they found more places on the other side of the cemetery that he went into, exhumed, took skeletal remains and all types of stuff that I just cannot believe. Who does this? Like, who does this, and what sort of mind state, like what could bring you to be okay with doing this? Let's get over to Philadelphia real quick, y'all.
They actually took my great aunt's bones out of there.
A horrifying case, a man charged with stealing bones from graves, and now sources say there may be more charges, as we're hearing for the first time from a woman who says her loved ones' remains were taken. Good afternoon to you, everyone. We are also streaming live for you on CBS News Philadelphia. I'm Natasha Brown.
And I'm Siafa Lewis. Police say remains were actually found inside the man's home and car. Let's head out to Joe Holden now in media, where the suspect was supposed to have a preliminary hearing earlier today. Good afternoon, Joe.
Siafa and Natasha, good afternoon. So Jonathan Gerlach's public defender appeared in court and asked the judge to basically postpone the hearing because they had come into some new information. Now, there was no detail given about whatever this new information might be, but sources, we've confirmed, numerous sources confirming to us that there will be additional charges for thefts from at least several graves more on the Philadelphia side of Mount Moriah Cemetery. Once the snow cleared, investigators were back at Mount Moriah Cemetery. As recently as this week, detectives were across the county line on the Philadelphia side. Sources say they discovered more evidence Jonathan Gerlach allegedly broke into and stole human remains and skeletons. Yeadon Police Chief Henry Giamarco would only say they're still working.
Right now, it's still an ongoing active investigation, so we're still investigating it. You know, wherever it leads, it leads.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
Meanwhile, Judy Pritchard McCleary of Bethel Township showed up to court for the Gerlach hearing. He's charged with breaking into and stealing dozens of sets of human remains. Investigators say the Lancaster County defendant worked by flashlight at night, using ladders and rope systems to move several thousand-pound slabs and expose centuries-old resting places. Police say Pritchard McCleary's great-great-grandfather's grave was targeted.
He built this mausoleum because he wanted to keep his family together, and all his children are buried in Mount Moriah. They actually took my great aunt's bones out of there, whoever did it.
Gerlach allegedly left behind cigarette butts and energy drinks inside graves and vaults. Investigators say they are using that evidence and his cell phone data to track where he was. Police say they recovered human remains from inside Gerlach's home, as well as a storage shed, and from inside his car the night he was arrested. Sources confirm his legal troubles will be worsening.
I think the best thing that could be done to this man is community service, so he has to think about what he's done. But I don't know if he has a heart and if it would make any difference or not.
I work in Kensington as a Philadelphia cop, and I thought I've seen everything as a Philly cop, but yeah, this definitely blew me away, and it's horrific.
Y'all think he should only get community service? What they talking about?
Gerlach's public defender had no comment for our reporting, including any comment on word of now additional charges. Gerlach is in jail tonight without the ability to post bail. At this time, investigators are still working to figure out the remains that they have recovered, their correct resting places. And at this time, the hearing is expected to be rescheduled for sometime next month. We're live in media. Joe Holden, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Couldn't make that up. I couldn't. I'm not even gonna lie. That would have to be somebody else. That'd be a person that probably like a lot of horror movies and stuff like that that'll make that up, because I would never be able to make nothing like that up. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know how I always say nowadays you can just make something up and it'll probably happen? Something like that I'd never be able to make up. That'd have to be, like I said, somebody that'd have to be into horror movies and all types of other I'm serious. I want to pray for every single person that's affected by this, the graves, the robberies, all of the families, all of the bodies, and all of this stuff here. I want to get past this, please, Lord. Please let me stop. I don't want to say no more about this. I want this to be over, and I want to pray for me. And I apologize right now for not being able to really read too much into this right here, because it's just really hard to even digest. Let me just say that. Still want to pray for anybody affected, though, and I apologize. Amen. Can't get the prayers right all the time, you guys. I'm going to tell you the truth. because it's really not sitting with me right. It's not. It's just not sitting with me right. Just nasty and creepy and eerie. Talking about he left energy drinks and cigarette butts inside of there. So that means he was next to the aunties drinking it. All right, keep on moving. We're going over to Cleveland. Woman said that she was fired for not stopping a powwowing at the Olive Garden. That's a little crazy. I'd probably be able to think of something like that. But why you gonna mess with the manager at the Olive Garden talking about she's supposed to get into something? Was she Wonder Woman? Come on, y'all, let's get on over here. I hope this ain't that Olive Garden where I had the problem at. Come on, you guys, let's go. Let's see what's going on at the Olive Garden. And they trying to make this lady take accountability for what happened there with this pow. Let's go, y'all, Talk County.
News, learning more now about that double shooting that happened at a local Olive Garden. This was back in February. Our Harry Boomer talked to the manager on duty at the time, and Harry joins us live with what he told you. Harry.
Everybody thank Jeffrey for the 5 on it. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Praying for world peace. Thank you so much.
Well, listen, the manager of that Olive Garden off of Harvard Avenue in Warrensville Heights drove from here in Sandusky 5 days a week. And after years, 5 years, in fact, she says she was recently fired because of the shooting that happened outside that restaurant. Back on February 23rd, a double shooting happened outside this Warrensville Heights Olive Garden.
There was an ex-team member that had just got terminated maybe a week prior. And he was play fighting with another team member, and it got too far.
Rafina Biber was the only manager on duty that night of the shooting when she heard two people threatening to fight each other.
When I heard, that, they wanted to go in the bathroom and fight, I immediately stopped it, and I told him that, he needs to go. So I escorted him outside, and he left.
Biber says she followed company policy and then called the general manager of the restaurant to let her know what had happened.
They leave out. Literally 2 seconds later, as I'm watching them leave, they started shooting. I mean, I don't know where it was coming from, but it was probably like shooting from maybe maybe it seems like for 30 seconds. It was just a lot of rounds of fired, gunshots or whatever.
She took cover, and when the gunfire stopped, 2 innocent victims had been hit.
A minute later, I see the one team member coming in. He got shot. And then after that, we had called the police.
How badly was he injured from what you could tell?
I think he got shot in his stomach area. It was a friend or a cousin of his that got hit as well.
Warrensville Heights police arrested Lamari Gilbert Graves and Jonathan Sledge for the shootings. But Biber says she now feels like a victim too.
And on Monday, they actually made a decision that they were going to terminate me.
I called Olive Garden corporate to get their side of the story. They have not gotten back to me.
I grow an attachment to them. I grow, a bond with them. So for them to try to put the blame on me as far as anybody getting hurt, I don't think that's fair. And as far as the whole thing about
19 News able to get a copy of the police report. It says 2 guns were found at the scene. One of them was found in a snowbank, and the other one had been tossed into a retention pond. I'm Harry Boomer, 19 News.
Good looking, Harry. I don't know. I think they're giving her the blame for something that she shouldn't be in trouble for. She ain't had nothing to do with that. What you supposed to do? I did the best that I could. I told them to stop. I walked the guy to leave, and I called corporate. Y'all supposed to take it from there. I don't own Olive Garden. We might need to go ahead and picket them and shut them down, you guys. Straight up and down. What y'all think about this? It's time for me to get to the comments. Good luck today. What else? I thought it's like family. Okay, what else we got over here? Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Please say what happened again, please. Say what happened. It was a fight argument. Next thing you know, they get into it, and they try to walk somebody off. She tried to get him up out of there. Next thing you know, they turn right around, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't have nothing to do with that. She was the manager. She ain't got nothing to do with that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got federal civil rights lawsuit that's coming up for these officers that got involved in this pow with this business owner. And again, this is probably a really hard one to determine because it was at nighttime. It was inside of his business, and there was a call about a burglary, and then the police came on the scene. I think this is just a whole bad situation that got worse. Walks up on the scene. This guy's sleeping in his shop. wakes him up with the, he thinks it's somebody else, so he grabs his pow.
Rights lawsuit has been filed after a shootout between Sims police officers and a business owner. Now, we first broke this story on all of our digital platforms just a few hours ago. The lawsuit filed today names Brandon Murphy and Austin Collier as the two officers who shot Johnny Bowman inside his business early in the morning on January 4th. Our Natalie Williamson has been following this story. Natalie, what does Bowman's attorney allege in this lawsuit?
A lot, Cameron. This 40-page lawsuit claims the two officers wrongfully entered Johnny Bowman's business and violated the Sims Police Department policy manual. And tonight, while the criminal case sits in the hands of the district attorney's office, the lawsuit also alleges Sims Police denied Bowman medical attention.
Tonight,
this federal civil rights lawsuit has been filed after an early morning shootout between Sims Police and Johnny Bowman Jr. inside Bowman's Auto Wear. According to the complaint, Bowman's attorney, Brian Comer, names Austin Collier and Brandon Murphy as the officers involved. Comer says they shot Bowman inside his business January 4th around 3 a.m. The lawsuit claims Collier and Murphy entered Bowman's business without a warrant or probable cause. In January, Sims Police Chief Todd Friend said the officers responded to reports of burglaries in the area and saw a cut padlock on the front door. The chief says the officers announced themselves. But the lawsuit says Bowman was sleeping in a travel trailer inside the building and woke up to flashlights and did not hear police identify themselves. Comer says Bowman armed himself with a .22 caliber pistol, believing an intruder was inside. The complaint alleges Bowman cracked open the trailer door with his pistol in hand, and an officer shone a flashlight in his face, temporarily blinding him. Moments later, the document says Bowman heard someone shout, "He has a gun." The lawsuit claims Bowman was then shot 5 times. His lawyer says he did not point the gun or fire at the officers before he was hit. He only returned fire after being shot. The federal lawsuit also mentions Bowman's 911 calls, which Fox 10 News first reported on. The transcripts show Bowman called for help 3 times, saying, quote, "I have no harmful intent to these police officers whatsoever. None." The lawsuit also alleges Sims PD deliberately denied Bowman access to emergency aid. As we first reported in January, Bowman was bleeding inside his business for about an hour before he was treated. Now we're learning, according to the lawsuit, it was actually an hour and a half. And according to Bowman's attorney, an employee who...
You're lucky to still be alive for bleeding like that for an hour and a half.
...was inside the business came out after the shooting and told officers that Bowman had thrown his pistol to the floor of the trailer. He was unarmed, had been shot multiple times, and was lying on the bed in the trailer, bleeding profusely, and that Bowman urgently needed medical attention.
I think that just like that, somebody said, leave no witness. Who that, Cinnamon Bread? I think, you know what, Cinnamon Bread? I think they was trying to let him expire so that, you know what I'm saying, all the other stuff wouldn't come out.
After that exchange, the lawsuit claims Bowman didn't get medical help for approximately 45 minutes. Bowman's attorney is asking for a jury trial, compensatory damages like medical bills, lost wages, punitive damages, interest, and court costs. Bowman has not been charged with any crime. I've reached out to Sims Mayor Brandon Van Hook for comment, but I have not heard back. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office investigated and turned the case over to the DA's office for grand jury review. Cameron?
Oh boy, let's keep on going. You guys double tap that screen and get those likes up. He is not expired, you guys, just to let you know. He's just hurt. He got hurt because of that. Got pow in the stomach. Like, I got really hurt, hit a couple of times. I've got to be very careful about what I say. That's why I say pow, hurt, hit, certain things like that. And it's hard because my brain's trying to, on the moment, try to make sure that we get those words the right way and not get in trouble over here. But I do want to pray for a good, speedy recovery. Hopefully that these officers are put in the administrative and probably, hopefully get some sort of a training course so they can be better when they go into the field, and all officers need to do the same thing as well. That's why I said this situation here is rather unique, because of the fact that he was asleep, it was nighttime. They did get a call about an burglary, and then on top of that, where he was at had a cut padlock on it. So that's a really hard one right there, because you would think that the officers probably would bring out their weapons and look for them, probably think that they're in there. So Really hard one to determine. Hope everybody's safe and healthy after this one. Just going to just say amen. Okay, you guys, because it's a pretty hard one right there. It could have went any kind of way. Let's get on over to where we already been, to Brooklyn. Is that where we're going? Where someone has been real snob at Nils knife point. It happened again, you guys. And we got Michael Evans here. I like to call this guy Michael Evans. He's real cool. Nice little setup, too. Oh, see, you got the swag up. All right, bro, what you got for us? We're going to swing on over to Brooklyn. It's not a good story. Sad situation, though. We got 2 Brooklyn spas that have been real snobbed at Nils knife point. I can't say certain words, but they can. So let me go ahead and let them tell it. Craziness about this story is it happened minutes apart.
Police say this all started here at a spa above a deli on Kings Highway here. In surveillance video, you see the 3 people standing somewhere out here before going inside. A short time later, they do it again down the street. It happens fast. You see a person in red sweatpants kick a door and all 3 go inside. About a minute later, they run back out. A worker from the spa appears to run out with them. This was just after 4:20 Wednesday afternoon at the King Spa off Kings Highway here in Gravesend. Investigators say a knife was shown inside there and about $500 taken. Hamid works at a salon downstairs and said it happened before.
A quick smash and grab, because at these spas, nail salons, you have to get buzzed in. So I could see what happened right there. They kicked the door because they knew they wasn't going to get buzzed in. They ran in, took whatever they could, and they got up out of there. Quick smash and grab. Sad part about it is they had weapons. Luckily, nobody got hurt.
But I don't know, that sometimes people come for different things too, There's another reason that kids know they can call the police.
About 15 minutes later, the group hits another spa, this one nearly 2 miles away on East 15th Street in Sheepshead Bay. Police say they damaged the door and wall and left with about $200. Now investigators are hoping someone can help identify the 3 people seen in the video. Hamid says he tries to stay alert daily.
I'm always checking. Sometimes I lock my door when I work during the day because usually I don't have a woman here. I don't take any men usually especially when I see suspicious people around.
And investigators, they're asking anyone who recognized any of the 3 people seen in that surveillance video to give their Crime Stoppers hotline a call. In Gravesend, Edric Robinson, News 12 Brooklyn.
Oh boy. Talking about Manhattan keeps on taking it, Manhattan keeps on making it, Brooklyn keeps on taking it, Bronx is creating it, and Queens keep on making it, yeah! They keep on taking it out in Brooklyn, y'all. That's what they're known for out there. Give it up, that's right, give it up. That's why I'm like, okay, when you go to Brooklyn, you better have a pass when you cross that bridge. Welcome to Brooklyn, boop, boop, boop. Strictly going to get what I gotta get done. I'm not even playing with y'all. I literally said, I tell anybody, I gotta be out before the dark. What you mean? Before the sun go down, boy. It's a sundown town. Brooklyn, it's a sundown town. Don't play with them boys out there. And Little Kim said it. You better have a pass when you cross that bridge. Welcome to Brooklyn. Casey, you know I ain't playing. Dr. Shilman Nazarian, she says, we do not want to leave this problem to deal with for the next generation. I think she's totally right. You need to get rid of the entire regime and do not leave one of them left. I know you guys are going to be mad at me when you hear this. Nobody. You know how you see that karate flick where it's like, and it's good that it's today? No, it's actually Sunday, so that was yesterday. I don't know if you guys used to watch these karate flicks where back in the day, there used to be a little child and they'll see the parent get, next thing you know, that child will grow up. All he's thinking in his mind, I got to avenge my father. Huh, huh. And that motherfucker could fight like a woo. And then next thing you know, the master is still alive. He got the gray hair and he over there like this. And next thing you know, the student comes to fight. So that's why I tell you guys, you got to be careful. You keep on letting these people grow up. Next thing you know, you got a problem on your hands. So a lot of people that's smart, they try to nip it in the bud when they're small. So that's what they're talking about, nipping things in the bud before it happens to get larger. And this is the situation that this doctor's going to try to explain right here. Where we at with it? Let's go.
Board-certified plastic surgeon who escaped from the Islamic regime during the Islamic Revolution, Dr. Sheila Nazarian. Dr. Nazarian, fantastic to see you. From your perspective here in the United States, what are you watching most closely? What can you tell, just your perspective on what you've seen so far?
Yeah, so we remain extremely hopeful that there will be regime change. The way that us Iranians who, lived a free life, who know what Western values are, who do not want this regime that has brutalized our country for the last 47 years, we see them as a cancer. So you can make a cancer weaker, you can make a cancer smaller, but if you don't eliminate the cancer, it will continue to grow and grow and grow and gain strength and gain its capabilities again. So making this regime weaker but not eliminating the regime just kicks this can down the road, Dagan and Brian, to our children and grandchildren to deal with a nuclear Iran possibly and a fully stockpiled Iran. And we don't want to leave this problem for our children to deal with.
Doctor, I want to just pick up on that. It's an interesting observation because if you look at what the U.S. has done in Venezuela, for example, they've kind of left part of the old regime there, but they feel like it's people we can work with, at least in the short term. There's certainly been talk in Iran that maybe you would do the same thing, degrade their military capability, but you don't have to wipe out the entire regime. What would that be like for the Iranian people? Could they live under that? Is that even possible, or is that just a recipe for cultural disaster?
There's a fundamental difference, Brian, between the Venezuelan people who aren't Islamist, ideologically driven martyr brigade type of mentality, as opposed to the IRGC and the 10% of Iranians, which amounts to about 9 million people, who believe that justice will not arrive on earth until the little Satan Israel and the great Satan America are destroyed. So in Venezuela, even if you have a puppet government, the people on the ground, are compliant. The government will be compliant because they're driven by money. Okay, the IRGC is driven by Islam. They're driven by wanting to go up to heaven and be with their 72 virgins. Okay, so it's a completely different fundamental base. And
that's one opinion. We're going to let you get your opinion, but I got a lot of people in my comments that are saying different things about you that we need to bring up. Somebody says that she's an American. A lot of people say that she doesn't know what she's really talking about because she's not really out there. We got someone else that says what she's saying is completely propaganda. I'm going to give you guys yours. I was wondering why we're back there when the Gen X was there kicking 10 years ago. Always it's someone's business, fix America. Another lie. She is definitely born here. Israel has the weapons of mass and like Iraq. I am not going to, none of this stuff is coming from me. I'm letting you guys have your vocal points and get to say what you want to say. Sometimes we play a clip because we want to see what you guys have to say. We want you to interact and we want to know how you feel about things. Exactly the point. Thank you guys so much for participating in that clip. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. I want to just make sure that we stay engaged the same way as we got the DA who adds resources in this Florida D-rug routes because the Hunter Biden's I can feel it. Them prices is going up right now. Hunter's out there like this. What are y'all doing? What's going on? I can't do it, you guys. The prices are just insane, like Crazy Ed. He going crazy right now because guess what? With all this boom, 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 when they're trying to send them ships through the water, they ain't sending nothing that way. So they got to find alternative ways to get that stuff on over here. And guess what that means? That means that the price has gone up. And only people like Hunter can probably afford it right now. Let's keep on moving forward right now, you guys. Let's see what's going on since the prices are going up right now. People don't know what to do. Check it out. DEA adds resources in Florida because the smugglers are shifting the routes because those prices, like I said, they're going up.
Is adding resources to the state of Florida. They say it's partially because with crackdowns on drug smuggling along the southern border and in the Caribbean, drug runners are steering more of their cargo here.
The extra effort is sending the prices of cocaine soaring. It's also leading to a new division of special agents in the strategy that's turning heads. CBS News Miami's Larry Seward is your reporter with the renewed effort to stop the flow on our streets.
You saw it in December, U.S. military missiles hitting accused drug-running boats, destroying 5 in the Caribbean in the last 4 months. In that time, Coast Guard cutters showed off million-dollar seizures in Miami and Fort Lauderdale.
These aren't numbers to us.
Miles Ailey is the special agent in charge of the Drug Enforcement Administration's Miami Field Division. He took over last month as DEA reorganized, creating 5 regional headquarters, hoping it helps agents respond faster and gather more intel on community problems. In Miami, traffickers mostly bring in cocaine, and for the first time in his 22-year career, Ailey says the price is going up.
Traffickers are afraid to move it in the traditional means.
because of the actions of the Department of War. And so they're exploring other methods using cargo containers, shipping, going around the long way. All these things cause them extra logistical problems and cost them more money.
It is stirring change in DEA strategy.
A lot of people don't know how serious this situation is.
Thomas Guerra founded F-Fentanyl Inc., a group fighting to prevent overdose deaths.
For me, it's personal.
For volunteer Hannah Lang, the DEA's next move attacks struggles that she sees in every community outreach event. Often, it fills those hazel eyes with tears.
My greatest struggle is just still dealing with my own personal grief of my brother. It's gotten better over the past 4 years, but I still miss him so much. And I just really want to prevent anyone else from going through this.
Teddy Lang died at 28, killed by fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that DEA considers the biggest illegal drug threat in Florida.
It's an important reminder to us of why we're here and why we do it.
The DEA created a new field division in Tampa to handle investigations in North and most of Central Florida. Ailey says it allows his team to focus all their expertise on South Florida and build closer partnerships with local agencies. They expect to discover new ways to slow drug traffickers and prevent overdoses. Special agents also hope to spend more time educating people on illegal drug dangers.
It's people trying for the first time, people using recreationally, right, that are passing away.
F-Fentanyl's team sees plenty of need, and as their motto, "No More Dead Homies," suggests, they support any effort to save lives. In Miami Beach, Larry Seward, CBS News, Miami.
Yeah, you guys, that's a sad situation right there. It's sad because the fact of the matter is it is a disease. Once you start dealing with it, it's real hard to stop. And the way that they got the way that they hype it up and they got it like so chemically induced, the way that they got things going on right now, you have no choice but to become addicted. So you just got to be careful out there, you guys. My fear is that more of the same is going to happen, where they're looking to think that they're purchasing, let's say, C or CO, you know what I'm talking about? And then there's that Fetty Wap inside of there. And that's why people really lose their lives, because they overdose, because the high doses of that. I want to pray for everybody from F the homies. And I love the fact that they're doing what they're doing over there. Hopefully they save many lives and many people are able to be affected by it in a positive way. I want to pray for every single person that ever lost their lives due to any one of these drugs, any one of our entertainers, our family members, anybody we actually look up to. I want to just say this is a very serious situation that we got going on out here. Let's pray for everybody for strength, for love, and to come together and have some sort of resilience, because it takes a lot to get over this, especially when it's already happening to a person that's already under the influence. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward to Houston, you guys. We got to get on over to Harris County. We got the commissioner that's going to be discussing the judge's behavior at the rodeo. At the rodeo out there in Houston. What's going on in Harris County at the rodeo?
Officials will likely be the topic of conversation at next week's Commissioner's Court. Fox 26's Randy Wallace reports on this.
This Thursday, there's going to be a lot of talk about the county judge and the incident at the rodeo.
Unfortunately, that is a lot of talk going on, and we shouldn't, at Commissioner's Court, play like nothing happened. So I put on the agenda a resolution to celebrate the rodeo because of all the harm that she's done in the last week in terms of inferring outrageous things, bad things about the rodeo. So on one hand, Thursday, we're going to celebrate the rodeo. On Thursday, we're going to talk about the incredible benefits, the community joy that's brought to us every year by the rodeo. We're going to do that. But we're also not going to ignore the elephant in the room. We're going to talk about a problem. We got a problem in Harris County. If you don't think we've got a problem, just talk to the people that live here. So we're going to talk about it on Thursday, as we should. In open court, we're going to have this conversation. At least that's my plan, to have an open conversation about the problem.
Will she be asked to resign, or do you not know yet?
We'll see how that goes on Thursday.
It's pretty much up to her, the way that everything is set up. I take it would be a difficult procedure if the Commissioner's Court decided they wanted her to go and she didn't want to go.
Well, not to get into all the statutes and what you can do and what was a violation and what wasn't. Clearly, she doesn't want to do this job. Clearly, by her lack of judgment and discernment this week, that's not anything she's prepared to do. So we need to have the conversation. Sometimes people just need to say, maybe this isn't the best thing for you to continue to do. Clearly, this isn't exactly your cup of tea in dealing with issues. So why don't we just say, it's time. You're not going to want to serve anyway. You made that decision. Let's just make this 8 months early. We'll talk about that on Thursday.
And we got a lot, Harris County's got a lot of things happening in the coming months.
Absolutely. Important thing. We've got to deal with, of course, we got the big FIFA celebration coming. That's like 7 Super Bowls in one period of time. We've got our court system we've got to deal with, Randy, and what you've done. We got to continue that. The jail has got a priority. Deferred maintenance. We've got to get our flood projects bid and on the streets. There's so much we have to deal with. And the leadership in the county does not need to be distracted by someone who doesn't understand any of it.
Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
Oh, that's what happens.
Would you be happy if you stayed where you are?
Kind of similar to Mom Dummy. Now easy supercut, Nana use a dumb dummy. When you put the wrong person in the right position, and now everybody is on the wrong mission. Yeah, we got the same situation in New York, just different tier, different situation. Wrong person for the right job. That's right. Let's get on over to Los Angeles because I was scared about this situation here. But this 13-year-old said, you know what? I had no choice. I had to step in. And when you guys see the serious beat down that he put on his stepfather, woo boy, I'm talking about he caught one for the records. His face needs to be in some sort of let's just say some sort of record book somewhere because this 13-year-old put it on a grown man for putting his hands on his mama. Come on, y'all, check this out. And you know what? She was surprised. She said, I didn't even know that he had the situation handled. Well, you never know the power that comes out when somebody mess with your mama. All right? How about that? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I got to give Shorty, man, props for this. Because like he said, she was scared, but he had the whole situation under control.
And a mother is speaking out after she says her 13-year-old had to step in to protect her during a violent attack. Deputies say Darnell Hernandez Lopez tried to strangle her, but the son jumped in, punching him multiple times.
Hernandez Lopez is now behind bars.
I just want you to see Hernando Lopez's face after messing with the wrong little kid's mama.
In the Baldwin County Jail, he is facing domestic violence strangulation charges. Our Claudia Nichols spoke exclusively with the boy's mother, and Claudia, a terrifying ordeal.
It really was, Lanice and Cameron. The boy's mother tells me she tried to keep her son inside the house and told him to call police as her husband threatened them outside. But she says when Hernandez Lopez started hitting the house, her son came out to check on her, and that's when things escalated. Now she says she's grateful he was there.
Come on, y'all. Don't nobody find stories like this but me. Look at his face. I'm talking about a 13-year-old did that. That's like, my mom, not my mama. Wakatow. And just, I don't know what happened after that. I'm telling you, all I need you guys to do right now, I need your help. Let's get those likes up. We need more people over here. We need more people over here to see these kinds of stories of what we got. All I need you to do is hit that like button. Also, if you really appreciate it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a member. There's also a notification bell right there that you got to hit so that you know when we're on. About to start hitting the field now. It's warm out. Let's go.
I was scared because I thought he was going to get hurt. But he had the situation under control.
Tonight, 2 black eyes and a blood-splattered face.
And that's stitches in his forehead. That's something he'll have to look at for the rest of his life. As soon as he look in the mirror, damn, I remember that day. That got a big stitch in the middle of his forehead, y'all.
The injuries Darnell Hernandez Lopez was left with after his wife says her 13-year-old son punched him multiple times as he tried to strangle her. Investigators say it happened just before 8 p.m. Monday at a home off Underwood Road in Foley. The boy's mother now speaking out about the terrifying moments.
He was threatening to kill everyone in the house because he was high on drugs and he was drunk. So I was able to sneak away and give my son my phone to call the police.
The mother says she tried to keep her husband outside as first responders rushed to the home. But she says after Hernandez Lopez hit the side of the house, her 13-year-old got worried and came out to see what was happening. She says Hernandez Lopez swung at her son, but he dodged the blow and fought back.
I was able to get him on the ground, and that's when he punched him a few times and knocked him out until the police arrived.
Deputies say Hernandez Lopez also tried to hit the teen with a bicycle. He was arrested and charged.
He's trying to hit this nigga. He wasn't trying to fight him. He was trying to fight him off of him. He was trying to get that boy off of him. That little boy was going off on him. He tried to beat him off with his bike.
With domestic violence, strangulation. Well, investigators say Hernandez Lopez is not a U.S. citizen. His wife says she and her son are safe tonight and do not have serious injuries after the violent incident. Lenny.
Spring.
Yo, I'm talking about put it on him, messing with my mama. Don't you mess with my mama. Rock-a-tow. Oh, man. She said, no, stay in the house. He said, no, I can't stay in the house. Nuh-uh. He got all that adrenaline that was built up, and he just let it out on him. He tried to swing on him, ducked it. Boom! Caught him with the 2-piece and a biscuit. Knocked him down. Homeboy tried to run, grab the bike. Get that bike out of here. My mother. And probably just tore him up. Yeah, 13 years old. I'm not going to brag, but I was kind of bad when I was 13 years. I could probably do the same thing. Oh, yeah, put him on. I'm not playing. Especially for my mama. You get a certain energy that I can't even explain. It's like the energy of the power of God comes over you, where all of a sudden he just casts some power down like, there you go, my child. Go do what you got. I'm talking about, man, listen, that same energy that the mother gets when she picks up the car if her kid is under there, it happens the same way. I don't know that young man, but I'm so proud of him. Good for that boy. He's going to have them memories for life. The kid fixed it. Okay, wait a minute. Botox and nope boxing. My mama bought me that bike. How dare you try to throw it at me? My mama bought me that bike. How dare you try to throw it at me? That would be great if we had a video, right? Yes, sir. 400. Let's get them, y'all. I'm telling you, we got a good one today. I told you. That was crazy. We got to keep on moving forward. Now, I can't even stop laughing. I'm trying my best. All right, come on. We got these donors that are fearing that this $45,000 that's being spent by the new mayor over there. It's always somebody. I think it's a mayor. Oh, matter of fact, I'm sorry. This is the head of the library. And he wants to go on different excursions so that he can have knowledge. He might need to fly to Egypt. What you talking about? I run the library. They might ask me questions about Egypt. And the trip to Japan, we have a Japanese section. What's the problem? I need to know how to run this place. So if the $45,000 that comes in from the donors is the money I need to go on these trips first class, what's the problem? I don't understand y'all. Come on now. What's the deal? It ain't that much money. It's only $45,000. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about this situation right here?
That the funding at the Enoch Pratt Free Library comes from private contributions, and now some donors are questioning how their dollars are being spent. At Baltimore's Enoch Pratt Free Library, where the demands are great and the budget is short, there's a new chapter being written.
Hi, I'm Chad Helton, and I'm the new CEO of the Enoch Pratt Free Library.
Chad Helton began leading the library 17 months ago. When he started, he promised the city in a video that he'd work for the city.
We have to do things that people in our community want and people in our community need.
But 7 months after starting his position, Helton became a jet-setting librarian. Last June, he traveled to Egypt for 8 days. In July, there was another trip to China. And in August, he set off for an 8-day excursion to Japan. All of it funded with $45,000 in donated funds. Funds which the library says can be used at Helton's discretion.
I'm not happy. Not $45,000 in 3 months.
Francis Muldrow is a donor and a long...
Sorry to say it, somebody there. Look. Oh, come on now. Not the Pratt Library. We donated money to them. Good. We need more questions in the public positions when where the money's going. That's right. CEO of a library didn't know that was a thing. Yeah. Winston, absolutely. Why is it a surprise? I'm not either, y'all. At this point, You find some money. I already told you, with great power comes great responsibility. The power of knowing that that money is there and putting it to good use, or leaving it alone if you don't need it. Use it for what it's needed for. You don't need to be going to all these places talking about you need to educate yourself on the book section in Egypt. Get out of here.
Longtime supporter of the library, she was questioning today how donors' dollars are being spent.
A lot of donors thought that would go more for the library than the CEO. I don't like him being charged of that discretionary fund. It almost sounds like that's his personal bank account, almost.
Helton claims the trips allowed him to learn about operations at other libraries, with the added intention of strengthening relationships with our international library peers.
Is he going to be held accountable? Because this is nothing more than just a self-serving use of donor money.
Though the library insists tax dollars were not used to fund the trips, taxpayer advocate David Williams predicts taxpayers will eventually pay.
When people are calling for more taxpayer money to be spent on the library, and you see donor money going to travel, there is a problem here, and someone needs to be held accountable.
I don't want people to suffer because of his poor judgment.
But longtime supporter Francis Muldrow fears the impact this could have on future donations and those who need the library the most.
Because it's the children that's going to suffer.
Other staff members did accompany Helton on some of these trips, but the library insists their funding did not come from library funds. Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
It's a damn shame they get in position just to do stuff like that. And you know another thing that we didn't even talk about? I had no idea what his salary is. He's the CEO. He's probably making well over, let's say over 75, 80, I gotta say 100. Probably maybe about $100,000. And that's the money that he's getting from the government or the city who gives him his money. So now he's on top of that, taking the other donors' money to jet set and just chill out. I need to have some information about Egypt. I'm the CEO. Yeah, right. Maybe the librarian or maybe one of the people that actually work on the floor with the students in the study areas would probably need to do that trip before you. Ain't nobody stupid. And that's why people don't want to donate to places, because of individuals like that. But don't stop, you guys, because hopefully we find a way to get this right. Do your boy a favor and let's double tap that screen and get more people over here. I'd like to just educate people on these stories as well, because maybe if we call him out, he's going to have to get right. We're going to see what you do next year, because we're watching the money. You see what I'm saying? And maybe he'll just leave or whatever. It's crazy, you guys. With great power comes great responsibility. Let's get over to Orlando. Same sort of a situation here. You remember this short dude, kind of like my height, but no, nothing like me, because I'm not a robber or rip-off like this guy. Investors who broke mad money, over $238 million actually, in a Ponzi scheme, and allegedly tied to Christopher Delgado. You remember the Orlando businessman? He's got over $14 million in properties, and now so many people have lost money by investing in him.
Lawsuits are piling up in the case of an alleged Ponzi scheme based in Orlando. Attorneys are now seeking all investors in Goliath Ventures who may be victims in this growing case.
Now one of the investors is speaking
him?
only with H+OUR Investigates. Greg Fox is live at the federal building. And Greg, this new lawsuit could reveal victims from all over the state as well as the nation.
It certainly could, and it all started with a company that was founded by an Orlando man who is now facing criminal charges in federal court. The investor I talked with says he's broke, and he believes many others were pulled into this scheme. Christopher Delgado is charged in federal court with money laundering and wire fraud. Founder of Orlando-based Goliath Ventures, prosecutors say Delgado ran a Ponzi scheme based on bogus investments into what are called cryptocurrency liquidity pools, where investor money is used to buy and trade tokens without using intermediaries. The government alleges those investments were artificially manipulated to promise monthly returns of 5%. Instead, prosecutors claim Delgado amassed a staggering fortune, including a dozen luxury vehicles like this Rolls-Royce and 4 local homes worth $14.5 million.
It's just, I don't know, it just hurts. I feel like a fool.
This man, who wishes not to be identified, was in tears as he described investing in Goliath Ventures. Unlike some who invested in Delgado's company, who were already wealthy, this man says he invested his life savings and now fears he'll never get it back and could lose his home.
You didn't even talk about it. Just I just feel like I've hurt so many people. I don't know what to do now.
How much money are we talking about here?
$500K.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I got. I'm broke as broke.
He says he invested in Goliath through this man, Jonathan Mason, an Altamont Springs financial advisor who calls himself Money Mace on his website. Mason is named as a defendant, along with Eric Clayman, Delgado, and Goliath Ventures in a federal civil lawsuit brought by Prestige Florida Property Investment of Orlando, alleging its executives were also victims of a Ponzi scheme. While Mason declined to comment, an attorney for Clayman, who is a Fort Lauderdale lawyer, told us Mr. Clayman, unfortunately like others, is a victim of Mr. Delgado's fraud. We cannot comment on any other matter involving Goliath Ventures at this time. This investor is hoping he'll get some of his money back if Delgado's assets are liquidated. He's facing up to 30 years if convicted.
But I hope he pays. I hope he spends every bit of 30 years and no parole.
And staying on top of all of these lawsuits that have been filed, so you've got a class action lawsuit filed in South Florida on behalf of investors. You have another class action lawsuit filed in California against JP Morgan Chase for allegedly facilitating this crypto investment with Goliath Ventures. And it all traces back to Christopher Delgado, who's got to turn in his assets to the court by April 30th. For West New Investigates, live in Orlando, Greg Fox, West 2 News.
And it just keeps on going, you guys. I'm going to tell you, it just keeps on going. High-powered news, much more coming right at you. I ain't even going to stop because this one here is something that we already been getting into. We've been following up with this story ever since. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is in Georgia. Yeah, out in Georgia, where we found this crazy thunderant that was going at all of these ladies. That's right, you guys. We got the DA who's responding to a dismissal. He tried to get a dismiss of the charges involving the 94-year-old woman that Jeremiah Taylor R-worded. That's what I said. The 94-year-old woman that Jeremiah Taylor R-worded, now said to be responsible for 4 different R-words of 2 different victims, including this 94-year-old woman. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because this is unbelievable.
Liam, thank you. In other news now, following his arrest after he was accused of raping that 94-year-old woman, the 22-year-old suspect faced the judge today in court.
Jeremiah Taylor is being held without bond as charges continue to pile up against him involving different victims. Our Riley Kramer was at court as he made his appearance. She joins us live from the courthouse. Riley.
And y'all do me a favor, let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. The reason why is because there's other victims here. Hopefully, if we get the word out, you never know. Might even get the word out over here because people need to come forward just in case they wound up a victim of this piece of crap monster right here. Let's get this out here, you guys, please. Let's get as much as possible. Double tap that screen. 94 years old.
Yeah, guys, Jeremiah Taylor was in court today, but he didn't say a word. Earlier today, the WFBI team exposed even more troubling allegations against him.
Jeremiah, did you rape a 94-year-old woman?
No.
What was that?
No.
You didn't do that?
No.
So what is this?
I don't know, man. I don't rape no body, man.
Following this profanity-laced walk and denials about being involved in the rape of a 94-year-old, Jeremiah Taylor went before Judge Tarvold Smith Thursday afternoon. It comes as more allegations are coming to light with different victims. The WFBI team learned he's now accused of 4 rapes of 2 different victims, including the 94-year-old. And new tonight, a sexual battery with a 3rd victim. The latest arrest warrant says the victim identified Taylor as the man who violated her after seeing his photos released to the public. District Attorney Hiller Moore says they have DNA evidence in all 4 of the rape cases. He said he'll be asking the grand jury to indict Taylor on 4 first-degree rape charges.
I think this is Baton Rouge. I said Georgia, but I think it's Baton Rouge.
Moore says his office requested that Taylor be held without bond.
I do not see him having any ability to make a bond under any circumstance at this point forward.
Moore also told us why his office chose to dismiss previous rape charges against Taylor.
We had like 10 different phone numbers that we tried, but the address that we thought that she was living at was not the address that she was living at. Hindsight, I'd much rather have continued the case. I was not aware of the case at the time. Obviously, I am now. as opposed to just dismissing the charge, but that was the decision.
I noticed it too, guys. I noticed that stare in his face, looked like that demonic look, that gaze. But I also thought I saw a little bit of down, like probably syndrome there too.
The ADA made at the time, and unfortunately was released, and 2 months later someone else was sexually assaulted.
Moore says he's been in touch with the rape victims and all are cooperating with prosecutors.
A sanity evaluation was ordered on Taylor earlier this week. Judge Charles Smith today gave the doctors 45 days to finish their reports. So that means he'll be back in court in May. Outside the courthouse, Riley Kramer, WASB 9 News.
Thank you. We got to keep on going because I got more, you guys. It's not stopping. Now, first, I want to pray for that 94-year-old woman. That's number one. I also want to pray for the other victims that probably haven't came forward and that probably won't come forward because they're of the fear, or probably just don't, or just haven't. And whoever can, if they got the strength to do so, hopefully we can stack the deck against this piece of crap and get him a whole bunch of jail time so that he can never harm anybody again. I want to pray for everybody's family. Hopefully they're being able to come together and assist as much as possible. And I really want to pray for the woman, the 94-year-old woman who was a victim in this situation, you guys. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to go on over to Indiana. Going back to Indiana. Indiana, where I'm from. 23-year-old Easton Goodman, accused of what? Can't even say it. It's stupid. Can't believe it. Everybody from Indiana, this is for you guys. And I know we got some people out there in different parts. We got Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got other people in different places, but this is Indiana right here. We got a man that's accused of killing, yep, his father and his stepfather while being covered in feces. Yeah, in feces. I can't make this stuff up. I told y'all already, I can't make this stuff up.
Southern Indiana man accused of killing his father and stepfather went back in front of a judge this morning.
WDRB's Dalton Godby was inside the courtroom and tells us the disturbing new details revealed about the double murder. Dalton?
Yeah, guys, 23-year-old Easton Good back in court this morning pleading not guilty to both of his charges of murder and 2 additional charges as well. According to documents that were released to us today, police say that Good was covered in his own feces when he grabbed a gun and killed both his father and stepfather.
What is typically a quiet area along Georgetown Greenville Road turned into chaos just before 5 a.m. last Thursday.
Well, I'm just very surprised. Very surprised because nothing like that ever happens around here.
New court documents reveal that 23-year-old Easton Good was drunk, lying on his bedroom floor and vomiting. When Good's mother and stepfather, Bradley Butler, tried to help, there was an altercation between the 2 men. Good eventually calmed down, but not for long, documents show. At some point, Good went downstairs to a bathroom and remained there for some time. When he came back out, his mother told investigators he was naked from the waist down and covered in his own feces. Another confrontation followed, and his father, Kelly Good, arrived to help control the situation. When his father approached him, Good fired, shooting him. Police say he then turned the gun toward his stepfather, who was sitting on the couch, and shot him as well. Both men died at the scene. Court records say Easton Good admitted to the shootings. He's now charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of criminal recklessness.
Nothing good is obviously coming of this.
In court Monday, with family filling the courtroom, Good pleaded not guilty to his charges.
They would like to keep that all.
His attorney has asked for a medical referral for apparent injuries and a mental health evaluation.
Given the circumstances, that's the appropriate thing to do. I think anybody who has gone through something like that, that would be the appropriate step to take.
Good is still waiting for those evaluations that the defense has requested. A trial date was set today. For now, that is scheduled for July. Guys.
Oh, man. You're supposed to be able to do follow-ups on this stuff, Bugatti. I'm supposed to be able to say certain things or whatever. I don't know what the hell I say after that. Covered in his own? Can't even, somebody in the comments said it for me. I can't even eat now. Like after thinking after that, I probably was gonna go get something to eat after that, but I'm good now. I'm not hungry no more. I ain't even thirsty. I'm straight, don't need nothing. Oh my God. I want to pray for the family members that lost their lives, the father as well as the stepfather. Must have been a cool family because the stepfather was there too with the father. Only thing I want to tell you guys, I've been saying this for a long time, and ever since I started this show, I've been telling you guys this. Please protect yourselves and your family. That family member that you already know is a little crazy, you got to get away from them. And also, if you really think you're going to have a problem with him, make sure that you get those EPSTEINs away from him so that he can't have nothing to do nothing like that first. Make sure you secure yourself and don't put them on the grandmothers and on the great aunts or whatever like that. Sometimes you got to let them go. And I understand now why a lot of times you see a lot of people not with their families, especially if they have these issues. They don't want to stay in the medical places, but they rather be home. Sad part about it is when they're home, the families have to deal with things like this. Let's pray for everybody, the family, and anybody who ever was affected by things like this. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward to Virginia. We got an illegal immigrant student. Don't even make sense with that one. All right, we're going to put that down again. Virginia, where we got an illegal immigrant student who's accused of groping girls in the high school. Yeah, groping them. And the mothers is not happy about this at all. And I don't blame them. If I was my daughter, oh man, you ain't got to worry about no police. You ain't got to worry about no police with a situation like this. I'm telling you, they want answers immediately. Come on, y'all, let's go.
The news now, an 18-year-old Fairfax County high school student who is in the country illegally has been charged with multiple counts of assault for allegedly groping girls in the hallway. Our Nick Minock was the first to report this story and spoke exclusively with the girls' parents. We do want to warn you.
Do me a favor, you guys. I think many people need to get over here to learn about this story. It might be a good one to show somebody that needs to know about looking out for people like this. Please, because it's informative and it's important. Let's double tap that screen. We need to get those likes up. And again, I'll explain. YouTube sends up a signal after you get those likes going because there's something going on over here. And more people come over get to see the stories. That's why I ask for the likes so much.
Here, some of these details may not be appropriate for younger viewers.
Israel Flores Ortez is almost 19 years old and in the 11th grade at Fairfax County High School. About a dozen girls have come forward to report that Ortez put his hands between their legs and grabbed their privates while in the school hallways. Now he's in jail, facing 9 counts of assault. 7 News has also learned Ortez is an illegal immigrant from El Salvador who crossed the southern border in 2024 and was released under federal government policy at that time. After his arrest, ICE issued a detainer for Ortez last week in order to deport him, but tells me the Fairfax County Sheriff is not honoring that detainer. At a court hearing attended by many of the girls' parents Friday morning, Ortez's attorney requested he be let out on bail. The prosecutor from Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney Steve Descano.
So not only are you here illegally, smacked us in the face with that, already committing crimes, and man, people already came forward and told what you did. They got the nerve, the audacity to try to get this fool bail and talking about he has the rights to be able to get out. How about deport him after we give him some jail time? This is crazy, you guys. This is sanctuary policies at its finest. Yeah.
Office agreed. But the judge did not. After reviewing the surveillance video from the school district and in spite of the prosecutor supporting his release, the judge felt
if he wasn't here, this would have not happened. Lee Davis, thank you.
That the bail request did not properly address the public safety. The parents were relieved because they say they'd been told Ortez would be allowed back in school if he were released. But that's just one of the issues that has these moms mad at the school district.
They have attempted to sweep it under the rug. They sent out a letter last night saying again
after
that
we demanded it. Multiple parents demanded that there be a letter before we got it.
But it was a completely sanitized letter.
Weeks after the incidents were reported to police, Principal Georgina A. sent an email to parents saying in part, quote, these incidents involved the student touching the student's buttocks while they were transitioning in the hallways.
Yeah, no, I would not be here for butt slapping. I would be upset about that, but this wouldn't be my second day this week here at the courthouse for that. a clear violation that he put his hand in between my daughter's legs, and the butt was actually the last thing that he touched.
The parents also told me the principal downplaying what happened has only created more problems.
The girls have experienced harassment and bullying from peers at school, including people that they once thought were their friends. And the letter that they sent out referencing it only as buttocks touching just adds fuel to the rumors that they were just attention seeking.
Another detail that came to light is that Ortiz has been engaging in this behavior all school year, according to the prosecutor, and nothing has been done about it until now. I asked the school district about that. They said they can't comment on this case and that student safety is their top priority.
Yeah, sure. 5 months of doing it, but student safety is their top priority. Makes a lot of sense, you guys. It makes a lot of sense right there. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I got to keep on moving forward because as you can see, we got a lot more to cover right here. We got a lot to get into today. Oh, man. Hopefully they get to the bottom of that and they don't let that kid back out. Because they said if he gets bailed out, he'll be able to go back to the school. Do you know what that would be like if those children have to deal with him after all of that crap? Parents would probably keep their kids out of school. What's going on? Why are they okay with stuff like this? What's the dad like? What else we got here? We got how old is this kid? He's 19 years old. Was that California? I think it was. Yeah, it actually was. Get him some help. Damn Fairfax. Money. No morals. How we know that those white people are not just trying to get rid of an illegal? We respect all the political parties here. Welcome. Happy Purple Sunday. Purple Sunday. That's right. Purple Fun Day. Give my homegirl Liberty and Justice some love for always being here and holding us down, you guys. Say what's up to Liberty, y'all. That's the one right there. It's one of them. Got Jeffrey Spilk up in there. What's up, Casey? How you doing? We got to get on over to Amazon. Amazon, not .com, but one of the facilities. This was in OKC. This is a real bad one right here. You mean to tell me when I'm going to work for you, we see a twister coming and we try to run inside the facility, y'all going to lock the doors on the people? What y'all saying? Because they're independent, y'all don't want to be liable for anything that happened to them? So you mean to tell me a twister's coming and you guys see it, but you're going to lock the doors on these people? And they had to be outside while it was going on. And luckily the Lord stepped in. I ain't going to tell the story. I'm going to let them tell it. Let's go, y'all. We got to get on over to Oklahoma.
But we begin with outrage after a video shows Amazon delivery drivers being locked out of their own company warehouse. They were trying to shelter inside an Amazon warehouse due to Tuesday's tornado warning.
Tonight, Amazon tells us it shouldn't have happened.
Talking about not caring about your workers, huh? Amazon really don't care. Would y'all would have left y'all robots out there? Would y'all do this for the robots?
And they're taking action. But as News 4's Spencer Humphrey talked to two of those drivers today who say the whole thing still leaves them feeling stripped of their humanity.
Now again, to get these stories out, because it's a small place, it's only OKC. It's not a lot of people going to hear about it. That's why I report these stories, because we have a decent amount of people here. If we can actually push the like button, get more people involved, we'll actually let more people know about stuff like this. Amazon, they have to be accountable for this right here. There's no excuse for this.
Okay, so from my understanding, they're closing the doors on all of these people.
You're watching the moment workers at an Oklahoma City Amazon warehouse say management shut them out of the building as a tornado was coming their way.
Their priorities are way better than ours. We don't deserve to be in a safe environment.
They got to protect the packages.
No explanations, just a chaos and a slam door in the face.
All of it playing out at this Amazon warehouse near I-35 and I-240 Tuesday evening. At the same time, a tornado confirmed by spotters was forming nearby.
Thank you,
the National Weather Service quickly issuing a tornado warning for the area. These two Amazon Flex delivery drivers who asked we protect their identities recorded tornado sirens blaring as they and other drivers tried to get inside to safety.
The sirens go off, so there's a little bit of panic. And it's definitely windy.
Only to be greeted by a group of...
So can you imagine the sirens is going off, telling you there's a threat, and they start pulling the gates down, the Bay Area gates and all of the doors? Oh, man.
Other drivers who'd just been forced outside.
They had like probably 15 to 10 people inside at that point, and they told them that they all had to get out.
The worker recording had to hear it for herself.
I got right to the door, and one of the employees, I just kind of looked him in the face, and I was like, these sirens are going off, my friend. Like, we need shelter.
I know some of you guys are saying they were standing right outside the door, right? Let them in. That other people might be saying stuff like, well, they recording or whatever, probably because they need a ride to come get them. They probably don't know what's going on. So of course they'll probably start recording for proof. Guys, look at things from more than one perspective, please.
And his eyes just got big and my eyes got big and he just pointed at the security guard and was like, we do what he says. And I looked at the security guard and he gave me a stare for a second.
That's when you see that person grab the door and slam it shut, forcing those workers back to their cars.
I just turned around and was like, what in the world just happened? Like there's a tornado that can hit at any time.
Somebody said they was in OKC for 2 of the largest storms. Do your boy a favor. Come on now, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up.
And we are here to fend for ourselves.
I couldn't believe, my first thought after we got back into the car was that, I guess they're prioritizing their merchandise and their equipment over the lives of their workers.
Thankfully, the storm veered a bit north and the tornado fell apart.
God forbid the tornado would have touched down and cars started flipping over and blocking paths to get in and out. It would have just been a madhouse. I would not have been able to do anything to get us to safety.
No, but that's the point where you go looking like this at them. Really? Like really? Y'all would have left us out there, huh? That's what you got. That's when you got to look at it just like that for what it is. Look at them and be like, really? Okay. And you probably need to get another job after that.
In a proper amount of time.
A spokesperson said they'd send us some sort of response before our deadline, but they never did. And now the whole thing just leaves these two feeling completely dehumanized.
Well, there's just other instances of, mass corporations not really caring and not really doing what they should for their workers or their employees. And I think this is just another thing that, proves that we need some policy change.
Not only that, I want to say that because somebody right here, Terry Cohn, said the tornado in Mayfield, Kentucky in 2021 tore up that factory with the people in it. These tornadoes aren't playing. But guess what, Terry? You're making a great point. But at least they let them inside the factory, right? At least they did it together and they tried to help them, right? This is unhumane right here, inhumane to your fellow man.
We're still humans and we still have the right to be safe. And we're invited there to work.
In Oklahoma City, Spencer Humphrey, Oklahoma's News 4.
No, I don't think that corporations care. They care about their bottom line. The name of our show. Why you think I got a show called Our Bottom Line? Get out of here, Martin. You must not be talking about me. Damn sure ain't talking about me because I know nothing but corporate. Yes, let's keep it moving, you guys. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got a lot more to get into. And are y'all ready? Because now we got to get on over to Virginia where they're talking about legalizing the... We're coming in the party with the spliffers in Z. That's the only place that y'all really want to be. That's right, Virginia. They're about to legalize the marijuana. That's right. They got these dispensaries and they ready to get it going. You guys, you know what they said? There was a question. So how long do you think it's going to take to get the word out in Virginia that it's legal so that people can start coming out to buy and acquire? This man was like, what do you mean immediate? He said, what do you mean immediate? Next week, 2 weeks? He said, no, tomorrow. Once they find out it's legal and we got it in the stores, they coming out the next day, you guys, because it's a demand that needs to be filled. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go over to Virginia.
Legalized marijuana is coming to the Commonwealth of Virginia, years after it was legalized in Maryland, and years after a somewhat hazy market in D.C. started. The governor of Virginia and the legislature are finalizing details of exactly when it will become legal, but for more context, we want to know why now and what to expect. How quickly do you expect Virginia consumers to catch on?
The next day.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what history shows?
That's what history shows. So,
there's pent-up demand.
100%
There's pent-up demand. There's so many people out there like, for real? Phew, I don't gotta hide no more. I don't gotta, y'all know how it is. Like, you got people in the comments right now that's sending up smoke signals. I know.
Pent-up demand.
How many plants do you grow in any given time?
Somewhere between 15 to 20,000.
Wow.
Right now, we believe that there's, $1.5 billion illicit market.
But Caroline, let's be honest. Even for folks in Virginia, Northern Virginia, marijuana is not exactly hard to get. In very broad strokes, what does this do for adults in Virginia?
This would open up a legal recreational marketplace for adults in the Commonwealth to go into a corner store that's been licensed, and they'll be able to purchase marijuana, buy the flower, buy the edible, or different types of
tax money, tax money, tax money. Money, 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 money. Even the government is in on it now.
products that has been approved by the state, and you'll be able to use it recreationally in your home.
Do you think there's still a stigma?
Absolutely, there's still a stigma. We're still living at a time in the United States and even in our little tri-state region where people are getting locked up for a plant that other folks are making millions of dollars on. I think what folks don't realize is these dispensaries aren't in dark corners. They're right there on your main street.
That's right, you guys. Light it up, light it up. It's coming to a city or town near you. I know there's a couple of people in the comments that's like, not us. We're not making no money off of it because not my town, not my state. Hey, see you later, Jordan. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good day. But we got more to get into over here. This is Our Bottom Line, trending topics, current events. You guys like the way that the show is flowing so far? Because if you do, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get up to 70,000 subscribers and then 100 to get my plaque. And then we're going to go for the 1,000,000 to get that other plaque. We're not stopping. We're going to be here every single day. Sometimes we have rough little bumps and bruises that we have to go through. It's just learning, you guys. We ain't going nowhere because I love doing it. As long as the man upstairs brings me to do this with you guys, I'm going to keep on doing it. Sometimes I'm stressed out, can't do nothing else but come on Our Bottom Line. So now we got to get on over to, let's do something crazy. Let's do this one. Let's get over to New York, Long Island. Anybody ever hear about those small container homes or small places to live at? Maybe something off the grid? Let me ask you a question. If you had the opportunity to buy a small home, maybe like a 1-bedroom for a few $100,000, would you do it? This way you're free and clear, don't have to worry about bills anymore. But I am talking about a pretty small space. I'm talking about a space probably a little smaller than this room here. It's $329,000. That's right, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments, because this is almost what it's becoming to be now. You got to have a real tiny spot to be able to live and call it home.
Well, home currently up for sale on Long Island's going viral.
Yeah, but in this case, it's more about what it lacks and what it actually has. Fox 5's Jody Goldberg explains why there's
talking about walking in the front door with your foot in the outdoor.
Such high interest in this home, which doesn't even have an official bedroom.
This Selden home is proof that when it comes to real estate, size isn't everything.
Every house has someone that's going to love it. Come on in.
The small cottage built nearly 100 years ago doesn't have an official bedroom.
Now, this might be good for small people,
but it's already creating buzz online. It was listed this month for $329,000, an option for buyers who want to live on Long Island but don't want to pay the price. Listing agent Denise Beckman says offers are already on the table.
Some people, of course, come through and say, I just want to see what it looks like. I saw it online.
A couple lived here for many years before recently moving to Florida. This was a dining room, living room combo. Right over here is where their bedroom was, and back here, right above the basement staircase, this was used as kitchen space.
The kitchen is full-size appliances, so you have your stove, your full-size sink, and your full-size fridge.
There's also a...
I'm so tired of them saying full size. Ain't nothing in no damn full size. What are you talking about?
Bathroom, and outside the backyard is mostly patio instead of grass, meaning less mowing and maintenance. And with the median home sale price in Suffolk County about $700,000, according to one key MLS data, up 4.5% from this time last year.
This proves how hard it is to find somewhere to live in New York right here. $329,000 for this house. And they acting like, what? What's the problem? That's cheap. Other houses go for $700,000. This thing ain't even got no basement.
Price point stands out.
If they're just starting out, maybe they're used to sleeping on the floor.
It may be worth it to get into a good school district with very low taxes. Taxes here.
School district, so now you talking about having kids live there with you too? Oh, Lord.
just over $300 a month. Real estate experts say homes like this are part of a growing trend, similar to micro apartments in New York City.
It's great for people that really want to live in a private home, but want the space of an apartment.
You are a good agent. That's all I'm going to say. You are good at selling because somebody got to really look through you. Because she got the face of stone. She really making you believe it. Yeah, if somebody wants to be around good schools.
And while the home is just 446 square feet, there are plenty of
446 square feet. That other space is the property line, y'all.
possibilities when it comes to design.
You're really going to be condensing things. You're going to be using, bookshelves that are open to create, division in spaces.
With the right permits, Beckman said there may even be room to expand and increase the home value. But in a house this size, one thing is certain.
You have to love each other to live in this house.
And if not each other, at least the house itself. In Selden, Long Island, Jody Goldberg, Fox 5 News.
I can't believe this shit. Look at that shit. Yo, hold on now. I'm opening that up again. Look at this mother. Like, what you gonna do? You can straight shot, run straight through there. One run, in the front door, right out the back. And it looked bigger from the outside because, that's the actual build of the home. So it's much smaller than that on the inside. Talking about somebody that want to start small with a small family in a good school neighborhood. In a good neighborhood for schools, where you gonna put the kids? In the backyard? Well, if there's one? Man, I'm talking about some people will sell you anything. I'm talking about, that's a good saleswoman right there. She need to be selling used cars. Yeah, let's keep on going forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Sugarland. We got this one postal worker. He just can't stop stealing mail. Oh, yeah. Just like the robber from the Grills Knaves, they went out and checked his car, finding all types of people's mail in the car. I guess once you start stealing, you can't stop. He couldn't stop. He just kept on going. I'm talking about thousands of pieces of mail. So if you live in Sugarland and Houston and you ain't been getting your mail, it could be because the post office man that likes your mail and wanted to see what was in it and probably took it already, cashed the checks and all of that. Yeah, come to find out he was acting up in Sugarland. Let's get on over to this story right here, you guys.
Beware of this accused scammer. Deputies say he swindled $120,000.
Oh no, that ain't the one. I'm gonna get the post office man. I don't want to do that one yet. Let's get to Sugarland and go.
The arrest of a mail carrier allegedly caught with hundreds of pieces of stolen mail. The discovery was made inside his personal vehicle. It's part of a months-long theft and forgery investigation involving dozens of potential victims, including at least one who spoke to KHOU 11 News about the problem. Jason Miles spent the day digging into this case, and he's at the post office in Sugarland where this particular employee worked.
Police tell me they arrested the mail carrier shortly after he left this post office near the old Imperial Sugar Mill. In fact, he still had his uniform on.
This is a photo of 32-year-old Jalen Mouton during his arrest this week after wrapping up his postal service ship.
He looked tight. He looked mad right there, like, how the hell y'all get me? Damn. You shouldn't have been stealing mail, Jason.
But it's the mail he allegedly delivered to his personal vehicle from this post office that led to felony theft charges.
We found 226 pieces of mail in there.
Sugarland police tell me the recovered mail was addressed to more than 50 different individuals and that 66 items contained checks that could have been used to commit forgeries.
They were able to see him pulling mail aside, taking it out of the post office, putting it in his vehicle, and then leaving the post office with it, which employees should not be doing.
Mouton's arrest follows a months-long joint.
Somebody said they probably fire him with full benefits. That's how that postal job is, huh?
Investigation between the police and postal inspectors initiated by customers who had checks stolen, forged, and in some cases, cashed.
The detective who's been working the case since October, he told me that a suspect had been arrested and that it was a post office employee.
Retired newspaper reporter Eric Hansen covered crime for years, and when we first spoke to him in November, he said he suspected an inside job after physically dropping off 2 checks inside his Sugarland post office, thinking it would help avoid issues.
3 days later, I checked my bank account and zero money in the checking account and $3,000 in addition debit. So I was out $7,000.
Now, months after our story aired, Hansen's relieved there's been a crack in the case.
Cleaned the checks, he wiped them, added more money to it, got the payment to come out, and then the overage went back to the account because he had security on the account. Normally, if you got a business account, they will cover you for a lot of money. Banks need to be accountable for that as well because 9 times out of 10, That is also strange action on an account when they're writing the check over the amount that the account is. Why did you guys even honor that check? Why didn't you contact the owner and say, hey, you're trying to overdraft and we don't have the money here? Even electronically, I think the bank is partially responsible for this situation here, to be honest with you.
Which police are still investigating.
Obviously,
because at the end of the day, you as the bank account recipient, as the owner, you're going to be responsible for the money that they're paying out.
we're going to look at people who've been cashing the checks, and then we would like to find the people who are doing the original forgeries.
Turns out Mouton's criminal history includes a guilty plea to aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon from a decade ago. But all the Postal Service said in a brief statement to us was, quote, "We can confirm that an individual employed with the Postal Service was arrested. Due to privacy issues, the Postal Service does not publicly discuss personnel matters."
So that means that he might just get out with a slap on the wrist if he doesn't, if they don't really do what they need to do. Okay, you guys, it's time. You know what we're doing. It's time to get into it, and I'm happy about this one because I did some homework on this, and I think it's very important. We got to get into our health and wellness section for today, Purple Sunday. Your boy BOOGOTTINYC, our bottom line. Inspired by the people here that are trying to live longer, that want to be self-sufficient. We want to grow our own foods. We're tired of eating that crap. We're tired of pesticides. We're tired of artificials and preservatives in our drinks. We're tired of certain things like concentrates. We're tired of the crap that they're giving us. So that's why we're trying to work out a little bit more. We're trying to drink better and take much better care of our bodies so that we can last longer. So that's right. In keeping in the mind of that, we got to think about our internal bodies as well as our outer. We need to know what we're putting on our skins as well as our hair, our everything. So yes, this segment today is going to be on what? We got shampoo brands that you must avoid we got shampoo brands that you must avoid. I'm sorry, thanks AI. With approximately, we got 8 brands that you must avoid. We got timestamps on everything here. And now we got to focus on what brands, what are in these brands products. When I heard things like formaldehyde, when I heard things about carcinogens, when I heard things about things that are put inside of the shampoos that are flammable at under a certain temperature. So for instance, let's say your blow dryer is at 100 and maybe like let's say 100 degrees or maybe 75 degrees or something like that. There's actual chemicals that they're putting in these shampoos that are flammable at like 25 degrees, at like 50 degrees that are actually flammable, which is not good for your hair. It's actually burning your hair and doing much worse than that. Could actually set off a fire in your hair. Many little things that I never really understood, how actually the body and the hair actually take in the different toxins and the different chemicals that are in these products, as far as like the soaps, and as far as when it comes down to the conditioners. We're opening up our pores and letting this stuff into our bodies in an external manner, and it can be detrimental to us. I want to go into different things about these products, let you know what these different brands have in them, and what these labs have basically found out about when it comes down to certain shampoos that we have not been paying attention to. Let's break into the video a little bit, then we'll come back out to give you guys some names and keep going.
You trust your shampoo to clean your hair. You trust the label when it says words like nourish, repair, and strengthen. But what if the product sitting in your shower right now contains a chemical that the International Agency for Research on Cancer has classified as a known human carcinogen? What if independent laboratory testing found that dozens of popular shampoo products were contaminated with a substance found in gasoline? And what if the companies making these products knew about the dangers for over a decade and kept selling them anyway? The shampoo industry is a multi-billion-dollar business, and some of the biggest names on store shelves have been hiding some very ugly secrets. We are talking about products linked to hair loss lawsuits, nationwide FDA recalls, cancer-causing chemical contamination, ingredients banned in over 25 countries, and settlements worth tens of millions of dollars. These are not small indie brands. These are products made by some of the largest corporations on earth. If you care about what you are putting on your body every single day, You need to hear this. Before you take your next shower, make sure your shampoo is not on this list. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video that could...
I would appreciate it if you guys do that, because what we do here is we really go hard on this. I got AI helping me do this. I'm not going to play with you guys. I'm like AI. I want to stay in this realm. I want to make sure we're talking about this. This is what I want. We're focused on at Our Bottom Line. And they say, oh, what about this story? What about that story? I'm like, we did the potato chip already. I'm talking about we're really diving in right now. I am not playing. So if you guys want to write this stuff down, I think we need to get into it. I think we need to pay a lot of attention. We're talking about Tresemme. We're talking about Suave. We're talking about Pantene. We're talking about Aussie. We're talking about L'Oreal. We're going there right now. Let's get it. Let's go.
Protect your health. Let us get into it. Number 8, Suave Suave is one of the most affordable shampoo brands in America, and it is owned by Unilever, one of the largest consumer goods companies in the world. But cheap does not always mean safe.
So if you tried to put a CD or DVD in your life...
As we know, cheap never means safe to us. It always means that they're not doing something right.
In 2011, Unilever released the Suave Professionals Keratin Infusion 30-Day Smoothing Kit. It was marketed as a gentle conditioning treatment that would smooth your hair and coat it with keratin. What the label did not tell consumers was that the product contained DMDM hydantoin, a preservative that releases formaldehyde when it comes into contact with water. Formaldehyde is classified as a known human carcinogen by the National Toxicology.
A known human carcinogen. It's AI that's talking, so I just want you guys to understand the flow and the breakup of that conversation right there. It was an AI. A human carcinogen. So that's what they're trying to say. A human carcinogen, which has what? Cancerous, asbestos, all sorts of information, malignant, diseases, substance, risk. You see the other word I don't want to say. Radiation, production, causes, potential, smoke, genome, cancer, a lot.
Program. Within months of the product hitting shelves, hundreds of women reported devastating hair loss. Their hair was reportedly falling out in clumps, leaving visible bald spots. Some women reported their hair began melting during application. A Facebook group called Suave Keratin Infusion Kit Destroyed My Hair was created and filled with hundreds of horror stories, including photos of severe damage. Some women reportedly still had visible bald spots and thinning hair 2 years after using the product just once. The FDA determined that Unilever's decision to quietly pull the product from shelves in 2012 constituted a recall affecting more than 380,000 kit. A class action lawsuit followed, and in 2014, Unilever agreed to pay $10.2 million in settlement. The Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the settlement in 2016, but here is where it gets worse. Despite paying millions for the damage caused by formaldehyde-releasing preservatives, Unilever continued using the exact same type of ingredient in other shampoo brands it owns, after paying the settlement. Number 7. Aussie is another household name you will find in nearly every drugstore in America. Kit is owned by Procter & Gamble, a Fortune 500 company, and one of the largest consumer product manufacturers in the world. And
again, you guys, the reason I do this is to get education for many people. So I'm going to ask you, please, if you have not done it already, I'd appreciate if you hit that like button, because it actually activates something. When you hit that like button, it gets more people over here. YouTube sees all the likes, and they put a signal up, and they show our heading, and then it gives other people a chance to say, you know what, let's go see what's going on over there. And they hit it, and then they come on over here. You don't believe me? Go look over in the comments and watch how many people are going to say, what's going on over here? That's because you hit the like button. Just keep on going.
And in December of 2021, the FDA announced a voluntary recall of 32 aerosol products from Procter & Gamble after the company detected benzene in its dry shampoo and dry conditioner sprays. Benzene is classified as a known human carcinogen by both the Environmental Protection Agency and the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Exposure to benzene can occur through inhalation, through the skin, and orally. It has been linked to leukemia, blood cancer of the bone marrow, and other life-threatening blood disorders.
And it can come in through your pores and your skin because you're putting it on your hair. You're putting it in your skin yourself.
There is no safe level of exposure. Multiple Aussie dry shampoo and dry conditioner products were included in the recall, including Aussie Bounce Back Dry Shampoo, Aussie Clean Volume Dry Shampoo, and several Aussie dry conditioners. Number 6. Garnier Fructis. Garnier Fructis is one of the most popular drugstore shampoo brands in the country, owned by the French cosmetics giant L'Oreal. L'Oreal is the largest beauty company in the world. A federal class action lawsuit was filed against L'Oreal alleging that the company's Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Anti-Frizz Serum contained two main ingredients, cyclopentasiloxane and dimethiconol, that are flammable at 171 degrees Fahrenheit. That temperature is well below the operating range of most curling irons, flat irons, and blow dryers, which typically heat between 200 and 450 degrees. The lawsuit alleged that L'Oreal failed to properly warn consumers about this fire risk. The product was specifically marketed.
L'Oreal failed to warn consumers about the fire risk. Fire risk where? Where do you put the shampoo at? Right.
To be used with heated styling appliances, yet the label warnings were misleading. One teenager from Arkansas reportedly suffered third-degree burns to her head, neck, and arms after applying the serum and using a heated styling tool. She was reportedly permanently disfigured. A federal judge certified the class action, ruling that consumers who purchased the serum could sue L'Oreal for failing to warn them. The class covered anyone who bought the product from 2008 to the present. During the class period, L'Oreal had sold approximately 9.9 million units of the serum in the United States. Separately, Garnier Fructis products have been flagged by ingredient safety advocates for containing sulfates, parabens, and synthetic fragrances. Parabens are known endocrine disruptors that mimic estrogen, and a study published...
He said estrogen. Well, he's trying to say estrogen. They're putting something in your head that mimic what? No, he made a mistake because it's AI, but Bugatti gonna make sure you guys understand what he's trying to say.
Parabens are known endocrine disruptors that mimic estrogen, and a study published in the International Journal of Molecular Science found that topical application of paraben-containing products may contribute more to systemic paraben levels in the body than dietary intake. Now that we are halfway through this list, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and tell us in the comments which shampoo brand you use. You might be surprised to see.
Yeah, I want to know. I'm going to tell on myself too. But is it good that I be cheap? You guys tell me, is it good that I'm cheap? Because sometimes when, well, matter of fact, it's not good that you're cheap because we already talked about that a few minutes ago, Bugatti. Sometimes I use regular soap. Bar soap. Hey, I ain't got that much hair. I use bar soap sometimes, you guys, but they still get me with the conditioner and the VO5. I gotta stop with the VO5. You see what happens when you're so used to using stuff? We gotta use the stuff that we're supposed to use, and we're gonna come up with a few things right here as far as alternatives that's actually good for us. Yes, I lather it up and I use that. I know. Craftsman is so true and sad. Kelvin, I'm cheap as well. Sometimes you do the same thing. I just use whatever I can afford. Don't go in the kitchen using no dish soap. What else you talking about? Somebody says Dove. I use tea tree oil soap. Dun, dun, dun. I like this person right here. They're on to something. Keep doing that tea tree oil soap and I ain't mad at you. You're right. Looking like a bottle of Garnier right now. I started making my own cold processed soaps. I grew up on VO5. VO5! We don't know no better. We don't know no better, angels. But guess what? Stay out that 99-cent store because we ain't doing them right. We wrong. Let's get up out of there. Nexus, Biology, Shea Moisturizer, Redden, a couple of more. Sam says, okay, I got you guys. I use bar soap too. Okay, I don't feel bad. You have to watch the soap we use too. Well, I'm just going to put... I'm going to put bathing. Oh, okay, LOL. It's called being financially reasonable. Okay, let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
See it on this list. Number 5, Head & Shoulders. Head & Shoulders has been the best-selling anti-dandruff shampoo in the world for decades. It is owned by Procter & Gamble, and its signature active ingredient, zinc pyrithione, has been at the center of one of the biggest regulatory divides in the personal care industry. For more than 60 years, zinc pyrithione was the backbone of anti-dandruff products worldwide. Then in 2018, the European Chemicals Agency classified zinc pyrithione as a Category 1B reproductive toxicant, meaning there is a presumption that it can damage human reproductive health based on animal studies. The agency...
Just you.
We got to be careful what we put in our bodies, y'all. We got to.
Also flagged concerns about potential neurotoxic and DNA damaging effects. By March of 2022, the European Union officially banned zinc pyrithione from all cosmetic products, the original formula in the United States. If you pick up a bottle of Head & Shoulders in Europe today, it contains different active ingredients than the bottle sitting on your shelf at home. Number 4. Pantene.
They let us take the crap over here. It seems like our FDA and our people, when it comes down to chemicals, they're Americans. They can take a little bit of the chemicals. Don't worry about it. Just put it in lower dosages. But you go overseas, they're like, nah, we ain't playing that.
Pantene is one of the most recognized shampoo brands in the world, also owned by Procter & Gamble. It has been sold in over 55 countries and surpassed $1 billion in revenue back in 1994, but the brand has been dogged by ingredient concerns for years. Multiple Pantene products have been found to contain DMDM hydantoin, the same formaldehyde-releasing preservative at the center of lawsuits against other major shampoo brands. DMDM hydantoin is on the FDA's own list of allergens that cause the most allergic reactions from cosmetic products. A 2015 study found that longer storage times and higher temperatures increased the amount of formaldehyde released from this preservative, meaning the longer a bottle sits on a shelf or in a warm bathroom, the more formaldehyde it may be releasing.
Yes, you heard the right word, formaldehyde.
The Environmental Working Group also found phthalates in several Pantene hair care products. Phthalates are endocrine-disrupting chemicals that have been linked to hormone disruption, fertility issues, and cardiovascular disease. Researchers have linked phthalate exposure to approximately 100,000 early deaths from heart disease among older Americans.
We don't need anything else to add with the other situations. We got the problems that they're trying to give us through the drinks with the extra stuff that could probably give us a certain type of cancer, right? We got the potato chips that's being fried a certain way that could probably give us carcinogens and cancer. We over here with the coffee and the teas that probably got some metals or something in there. So you get what I'm saying? That's so many different elements coming from us. Thank you. Keep it up, Bugatti. Thank you so much, you guys, for the $20 super chat. We got all these things coming at us. It's like, it's inevitable. What are we going to do, walk around with a whole screen protector around us? No, we're not going to do that. But as much as we can try to prevent, as much as we know, we got to start reading labels. We got to start doing our own FDA inspections as far as like, we have smartphones now. It makes no sense to have a smartphone and still act stupid. You're about to buy something with your own money? Go ahead and Google it. Bing it. Whatever you got to do, Reddit it. Look it up. Make sure that you guys see what's going on with it. And even if it's something that they did in 2012, don't mean that they don't still do the practice today. Keep on moving. It's time to get the last bad boy, and now we got to keep on getting to the good stuff. Let's go.
Phthalates are banned.
And I would appreciate if you guys go ahead and, how are we going to say this? Subscribe to the channel. That's free. If you want to become a member, it's only $2.99 a month. Come on, become a member, get some of the perks, because we about to do a Patreon, and we're about to start a members only video section. The Patreon is when you guys are going to be able to see me doing the warm-ups in the morning, the stuff that you don't get to see me do when I'm dancing around in here, getting myself together. You guys are going to be able to see that if you go over to the new Patreon channel that we're doing. And also we have a new thing called Buy Me a Coffee. I work. Can you guys buy me a coffee sometimes? No problem. That's right. I give you guys a lot of love, and I know that we don't look at it that way, but I appreciate you guys just as much as you appreciate me, and I get just as much of a satisfaction out of you guys being my friends as you get from me. Let's keep on going, you guys.
And from cosmetics in Canada, though they do not need to be listed on United States ingredient labels.
Wow.
And then there is the benzene problem. Pantene was one of the brands included in Procter & Gamble's December 2021 recall of 32 aerosol products after benzene was detected. And
they're showing like your hairline so that you can understand because of the sweat. That's how it could get in. It makes a lot of sense. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Many of its core product lines still contain these controversial ingredients. Number 3, herbal essences. Herbal essences markets itself with images of flowers, fruits, and natural ingredients. But behind the botanical branding is another Procter & Gamble product with a troubling history. Herbal Essences was included in the same December 2021 benzene recall as Pantene and Aussie. Multiple Herbal Essences dry shampoo products, including the white grapefruit and mint and the cucumber and green tea varieties, were found to contain benzene, a known human carcinogen linked to leukemia and blood cancer. They were part of the same 32 product recall and the same $8 million settlement. But the benzene recall was not the first time Herbal Essences raised red flags. Back in 2010, independent testing by environmental health advocate David Steinman found that Herbal Essences shampoo contained 24 parts per million of 1,4-dioxane. Under California's Proposition 65, which lists chemicals known to cause cancer, the actionable level for 1,4-dioxane is above 10 parts per million. The Herbal Essences product tested at nearly 2.5 times that threshold. This action alleged that Procter & Gamble falsely advertised certain herbal essences products as made with natural origin ingredients when they allegedly were not. Number 2, OGX. OGX is one of the most popular drugstore shampoo brands in America, known for its colorful bottles and exotic-sounding ingredient names like biotin and collagen and argan oil of Morocco. The brand was originally developed by Vogue International.
I will be showing the video after 2 more products. Stick around. I'm going to show you where we got it from, and it's already linked in the description with the title. So if you go to the description right now and click it, go down, it's going to say the 8 shampoos. It's right already there with the link right there.
2016, Johnson & Johnson acquired Vogue International for $3.3 billion and took ownership of OGX. In 2021, a nationwide class action lawsuit was filed alleging that multiple OGX shampoo and conditioner products contained DMDM hydantoin, the formaldehyde-releasing preservative linked to hair loss and scalp irritation. The plaintiff alleged she purchased OGX products because of Johnson & Johnson's representation that they would smooth, nourish, and repair her hair. Instead, she and allegedly thousands of other consumers experienced significant hair loss. The FDA lists DMDM hydantoin as one of the allergens that cause the most allergic reactions from cosmetic products, consumer products, by 2015. It did so for its existing brands. But when it acquired Vogue International and the OGX line in 2016, the lawsuit alleged that Johnson & Johnson failed to remove the ingredient from OGX products. The Environmental Working Group's Senior Director of Cosmetic Science noted that DMDM hydantoin is a formaldehyde releaser, meaning that even though formaldehyde is not listed on the label, formaldehyde will be in the product over time as the preservative breaks down.
Wow.
The more products a consumer uses containing this ingredient, the greater their total exposure.
Yes.
Johnson & Johnson's own website acknowledged that DMDM hydantoin does not meet the company's safety and care standards for certain products. Yet the same website also stated that the company continues to use the ingredient in some adult products when alternative preservatives are incompatible. The class action lawsuit called this a broken promise to consumers. Number 1, Tresemme. At the top of our list is Tresemme, one of the best-selling shampoo brands in America and the world. It is made by Unilever, the same company behind the Suave keratin disaster. And the pattern of problems with Tresemme suggests that Unilever may not have learned much from that $10 million lesson. In 2020, multiple class action lawsuits were filed against Unilever, alleging that Tresemme Keratin Smooth shampoos contained DMDM hydantoin, the same formaldehyde-releasing preservative that had already cost the company millions. Consumers reported their hair falling out in clumps, leaving noticeable bald spots. Others described scalp burns and irritation that began within moments of washing their hair.
I'm going to show you how much I listen to you guys and I pay attention, because this might be something that I should be doing. Someone says, I think a Discord is necessary for this. That is 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy. There is a Discord, but I could not get in. Okay, we're going to make our own Discord about this ourselves on ours. Discord for Our Bottom Line. I am going to give you guys the link today. I'm going to try to see if I can get a new link to be put up there. Even if I could put the QR code, I'm going to go for it. We should do just a whole Discord on this category right here alone, just this segment. We bring everybody over to Discord. Everybody drops in. We hang out and do what we got to do. Let's do that since we do have a Discord. Great way to introduce the Discord. I'll get that done in the next day or two. Let's go.
The lawsuits allege that Unilever had known since at least 2012 that DMDM hydantoin can cause or contribute to hair loss and scalp irritation, remains active as of 2025. And the problems did not stop with DMDM hydantoin. In October 2022, Unilever issued a voluntary recall of Tresemme dry shampoo products after discovering elevated levels of benzene. Tresemme was one of 5 Unilever brands affected, alongside Dove, Nexus, Suave, and T-Guy. The FDA reported that the recall covered over 2 million units of product. A $3.625 million class action settlement was proposed in 2000.
And do you notice how we never found out about these settlements? We never found out about the companies. We never found out about what happened, because that's the stuff that's never promoted. They never put that out there.
one company repeats the same pattern across multiple brands in multiple years, it raises serious questions about it. The real story is on the back label. Avoid products containing DMDM hydantoin, quaternium-15, or any ingredient described as a formaldehyde donor. Second, be cautious with aerosol dry shampoos. Multiple major brands from multiple major companies have been recalled for benzene contamination. If you use dry shampoo, look for non-aerosol powder or foam alternatives that do not carry the same propellant risks. Third, watch for sulfates, parabens, and phthalates. Parabens are endocrine disruptors that mimic estrogen. Phthalates have been linked to reproductive harm and cardiovascular disease.
Jesus Christ.
Sulfates can strip natural oils from...
We're just trying to wash our hair. Why are you going to mess with our reproductive systems? What's going on?
...your hair and scalp, leading to dryness and irritation. Fourth, look for shampoos with short, recognizable ingredient lists. If the ingredients panel reads like a chemistry textbook, that should give you pause. Fifth, if you are over 55 or managing chronic health conditions, pay extra attention.
If you're 55 or older, we got to pay even more attention because the immune system is already like not as strong as when you're younger. You guys, again, it's just common sense. It's just like you got this carcinogen and that carcinogen and that. We got to pay attention. I don't care if I'm out here chewing on wood at a certain point, whatever, call it is what it is. Because knowing what's in those products and still dealing with them, I would say is madness. Real talk.
The body may be more sensitive to cumulative chemical exposure from everyday products you use over many years. And finally, remember that just because a product is popular does not mean it is safe. Some of the most trusted names in this industry have faced FDA recalls, class action lawsuits, and millions of dollars in settlements.
All right, y'all, you know what this is called? This is called the 8 U.S. shampoo brands that you must avoid. The 8 U.S. shampoo brands that you must avoid. I want to put something on top of that the way that I always do. We're going to put the hidden menu. That's the name of the name of the channel that we're going to be subscribing to, because these are phenomenal people for giving us this information. And it's only right for subscribing to them too, because they looked out. Again, the number 8 U.S. shampoo brands that you must avoid. And the name of their channel is the hidden, HIDDEN menu. That's right, the hidden menu, you guys. Timestamps and everything like that will be available at in the description. Also, the link to that video that I just played is in the description. So you guys can go back later, go right into the link, go to the show, hit the link in the description, and you'll get it right from the beginning. But we gotta keep on moving. Ain't that a lot right there, you guys? All we trying to do is shampoo our hair, get some little bit of shine going on. Meanwhile, we got to worry about all this reproductive crap that they don't want to tell us about. We in the shower like this in the morning, getting our hair, doing our song and everything like that. Don't even know that we're harming ourselves. Man, listen, that's crazy. So all of you guys out there that thought about the tea treatments and all the natural stuff that you guys were using, peppermint soaps and stuff like that, y'all knew what the hell y'all was talking about. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep on doing what you're doing. That's probably why you're still here. Thumbs up to everybody who already knew what they was doing and stayed away from all of these crazy products right here. But even the people that actually got caught up in the mix, it's not your fault. They got great marketing and it makes you think that you're doing something good for your hair, right? Not, but you're not. Be careful out there, you guys. Let's get on over to Miami, where they never fail. And I love this story right here because normally we go to Miami or Florida and we always find a crazy story, right? We always find something nuts because sometimes we just try to do things for shock value. But in the reality of it, somebody says, I use Dr. Burns. Okay, class action payouts was like $5, right? Yeah, after they broke everything down because there were so many people. Okay, this guy has no clue what he's talking about. Hey, Erica, why are you saying that? I got a lot of clue what I'm talking about. Leave Erica alone because she has no clue what she's talking about. You know, when you see people like that, that means that they're dumb as a bag of rocks. And I don't even call people like that. But when you want to call me out and say, I don't know what I'm talking about, after I've done so much research on the topic, you can get my bags and meet me at the airport. I might just be there. Now let's get on over to Miami where this restaurateur builds affordable housing in Miami for his employees. Think about it. You might have a business and you're by Miami Beach. But you got to realize your employees don't live by Miami Beach because they can't afford the rent. They live way out somewhere, but they might have to take 2 to 3 hours just to get to work. So this one restaurateur that was doing pretty good with business, He thought the smart way. And let me show you what he did. Check this out.
All right, so let's say that you own several restaurants in Miami and your employees are saying that they can't find places to live because housing is so expensive. What would you do? Well, how about actually building low rent apartments for them? That's really happening in Wynwood right now. And that's where we find Ari Otzer with that story.
I'm really excited to be at the Kush Corner.
And you guys, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if Kush has something to do with the official Kush, because it looked like he was probably burning on some Kush before this interview, allegedly.
That's what Matt Kusher calls the construction site at the corner of Miami Avenue and Northeast 20th Street, where he is rebuilding Kush Restaurant.
So right here is going to be our kitchen.
And to literally top it off, he's creating 10 studio apartments upstairs, affordable housing reserved for hospitality industry workers.
I like this.
Centrally located so you can work in Wynwood, so hopefully all my employees are walking to work and living an amazing life.
Wynwood is booming. Miami is booming. But Kusher says too many are left out.
You know, we're building, and all the employees have nowhere to live because they're getting priced out.
Veteran food writer Carlos Frias covers the restaurant scene and says Kusher's idea is unique and it fills a void.
We've heard stories of people who are living in Hialeah and taking a series and system of buses to get to Miami Beach to work in the hotel industry, right? And then back. And we're talking about hours, 2, 3, 4 hours of someone's life just evaporating in a commute. Something like this eliminates that. I'm hoping to start a movement and be the king of affordable housing and restaurant mixed use here in Miami. I want Kush and I want affordable housing to go hand in hand together.
The Omni CRA, the Community Redevelopment Agency, invested in Kusher's project, so in return, he signed a contract to keep his restaurant here and keep the apartments affordable for 50 years.
Yeah, so the building was set to be demolished, and the reality is I'm a romantic at heart, and I wanted to keep the soul of Wynwood. That building has so much history. It's 100 years old. Whitey Bulger used to live up there. It was a brothel for 30 years where you just find your little drink here and go upstairs to the apartments where they were. So a little bit of Miami culture, a little Magic City.
The new Kush restaurant and the apartments will be ready to go in about 3 months on the site of the original Kush restaurant. But the brothel will remain a relic of history. In Wynwood, Ari Otzer, NBC6 News.
Boy, I hope.
Somebody said the potheads will save us all. I just gotta say, I think he's very proud of his last name. Let's just put it like that. The Kushners, that's right. And that's a good thing. He stepped up, not only as a business owner, but he made affordable housing. And I do see people in the comments, and I hope that they do take care of those places that he builds up. Who cares if the tenants take care of it? That's not none of your business, said Black Afternoon. He don't care if the kids tear it up, as long as they got somewhere to stay, right, Black Afternoon? Let's keep on going forward, you guys, because now we got to get on over to, what's this? Oh, boy, no. You know what time it is. I got to go ahead and freestyle this one right here, you guys. That's right. I got to hit you with the freestyle. We got this bald and naked big boy right here. Somebody did what? Let me tell you about the power of L-O-V-E. I'm talking just to see a hurt animal, or I used to even watch karate flicks to see stuff like that. The person is all hurt. Next thing you know, they nurse him back to health, and he looks like he never was hurt before, and this is the happiness that comes over him. Watch this little guy right here. He's a bald and naked pitty who wears jammies now, and he's so handsome. But before, nobody wanted him until somebody took a little bit of responsibility and brought him home and took care of him. I love stories like this because it just shows you what you can do with the power of love.
Rolling into grass. Yeah, you're rolling into grass with those big patty paws. You got some schmutz.
When we saw the condition he was in, I immediately said, I'll take him, I'll foster. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll do it.
Y'all, this makes me so sad.
It was actually allergies that had just literally gone rampant.
It is so hot to the touch. Like so hot to the touch.
The game plan was just to get things under control and get him comfortable. So that meant the antibiotics and a lot of baths. He walked in my door and he was like, hi, friends. He loves everyone.
And we're gonna let Clyde choose what we watch on Netflix, you guys, okay?
We just wear blankets around the house. I think it was very comforting to him.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Oh. Come on, Glidey. Oh, he's a good boy.
Yeah. He's gonna go get his.
I so love people like that just walk right up and grab the leash and don't try to judge or whatever. That could have been a lion and she just walked up like, give me this baby. That's how you do it, y'all. I love people like this.
We had so many people that fell in love. We had people donating pajamas, people donating food, people donating all the blankets.
And you know what I noticed about him? He's thankful before he even looked at the gift. He's like, thank you. He really cared about the person more than the gifts he's getting. Rather get some hugs and kisses. You see that love right there, y'all?
Yeah.
Right?
As he got healthier and as he felt better, he even became more perfect.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Obviously, I went into it thinking that he would be somebody else's dog. And it wasn't until Christmas that I finally was like, I gave in and I'm like, yeah, he can't go anywhere. It's very easy to make that leap and say, okay, now that you're healthy and we see that you're this great dog, you're better than we could have ever imagined. Buddy, come here.
He part of the family now, y'all. They can't get rid of him. Something about a pit, when they fall in love with him, you're not getting rid of that dog.
Clyde, what are you doing? He's so much part of every moment of our lives. From the time we wake up till the time we go to bed. Oh boy. Like he loves so hard and so deep. And he gets so excited to meet you that he can't even control his like happiness. From his tip of his little pointy ears to the tip of his tail, he's just everything. He's the whole world.
And she saved him. She rescued him. That's what I love right there. I know you thought, how come it's always about pit bulls, Bugatti? No, we did the cats for a couple of days. I did it on purpose. We did a deer the day before that. Y'all know. So when it's time for me to do the pit bulls, y'all know I'm going in. And I'm going in a little more right now because we ain't bring you guys up to date. It's the end of the week. Y'all got to see what's going on with Nova out here with Lynn. And I know you guys going to show your boys some love right now because those stories that we just saw were phenomenal. If you have anything to do with love or animals, come on now, show your boys some love. We trying to fight the power right now. We need those numbers up. We need those likes to go up. We need to get more people over here to see what we do every single morning. Come on, y'all. What's going on with Nova and Lynn over there at the recovery center?
He said, y'all think y'all got me trained? I got y'all trained too. That's exactly. That's okay. We're trainable. Exactly. We know how to compromise. We'll just let you win every time. Exactly.
Water therapy in the Oasis machine. Lynn and Nova, our friends. And notice how all four of those legs are moving now? Yeah, yeah. All ain't standing up on all fours. And that tail is, yeah. Told you guys by springtime, it's on. Look at them back legs, y'all. Look at them back legs.
Good job, little good little tactile reminder here. Yep, good job.
People like this, love them.
Good boy.
That's it. Love these people. These are such good people right here. To care for dogs and animals like this.
Good boy.
Just in case you want to know what they're giving them to keep them enticed in the mix, they're feeding them baby food. And the way that she's holding her hand, he only could get a certain amount. So it keeps making them want to keep on walking to the glass. It's baby food.
Good job.
Looks like he's getting stronger. He's standing up and everything, right? Big boy doing the work.
Doing so good. Good job, buddy. You're doing great. Doing good. You're doing so good. He was still going. Sure, after doing all those exercises, he'd be a little gassed out in here today, but he's trucking, man. Mm-hmm. I'm so proud of you. good. He's fighting for it too.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, you guys. It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and if y'all love the show and y'all want to show some love, this is the time right now to hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a member. I don't know. What are you waiting for? We show stories like this every single day. Also, you guys, you've seen that we've been following up with you as we promised. Anybody who has the Our Bottom Line keychains, if you sent in your images with your dogs, with your animals, we made sure that we put them up. Also, we're also helping you guys with the promo, getting your brands out there. Go ahead and go ahead and check out Lisa Roy's promo inside of the post notification area with the coffee, you guys. We're about to start getting some stuff rolling with that. I'm going to be able to speak to you guys a little more in depth. Once we get things worked out, I got to bring myself up to date on what's going on with that, because I want to make sure that every single person here that brings their product up gets the right type of support. You guys, when you put up your photo, I'm going to ask people to put a like on it. I'm going to ask people to comment, because we need to support each other over here. This is our bottom line. It's not spelt that way for no reason. H is for the hour plus. O-U-R, that means us. Bottom line is basically self-explanatory, because we don't play when it comes over here. We watch videos, then we dissect them, and then we get to what? The bottom line. That's right, you guys. Also, if you're trying to promote your business and get your business out there, do it right over here with us. We can help you guys by putting your promo in the post notification area. That's right. Same way you see the coffee promo right now, and you see the other promos up in there. Send it over to us in a 1080 by 1080 size frame. I'm going to give you the mailing address, the email address. That's going to be bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridgethisllc@gmail.com. And that's basically you're going to be able to send your promos over to me. I'll put them up in the post notification area. They have to be 1080 by 1080 size in order to fit. That's right, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. Plus, we're not finished, because we just got the new distributor going on. And yeah, the last one wasn't doing his job. I had to go out and do stuff myself, but guess what? That's okay, because it gets you in the mix and it gets you to know what's going on, and you get to rub elbows with people. I'm talking about the Show Your Talent search that's coming up now, probably next 2 weeks, that one of the people from our show is going to be able to come on live, and we're going to see your talent. And if you're good, boom, you could win $250. Also, it's going to be done in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. That's right. One of you guys will also be able to come on from any time we're going to be doing one of those shows. Why? Because we're going to be going live from those locations with my DJ. That's right, you guys. DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew, now over here with us doing a thing to promote the Big Drip Hard Punch sponsorship right now. You guys got talent. All you got to do is hit that like button. Hit that button to come on in, to go live. We'll see your talent. And if you're good, boom, you could be receiving a $250 cash app from Big Drip Hard Punch. That's right. I'm one of the hosts. Big Drip Hard Punch is the sponsor. And you guys are looking at that $1,000 like that. You talking about $250, Bugatti. I see $1,000 on the post. That's the grand prize. After we get everybody together, one person on top of that $250 is going to win $1,000. Sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. You guys, you want to be a part of the talent show? All you got to do is go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page. Got to prove that you're 21 and older. Go put your email address in the notification area. That means that we'll be able to notify you on every different location that we're going to be at. If you're somewhere in another state, you can actually be in every single one of these events, you guys. If you don't win, you just don't win. But that does not mean that you cannot participate, because that's how we're doing it. We're doing it live as well as in person. The Show Your Talent search, I'm going to be one of the hosts as well. Can't wait to see you guys there. Last time we had Casey pull up. Another spot we had Mark Dorfman pull up. Staten Island, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens. We're about to do it, you guys. The weather's broke and I'm ready. It's time to get out there. Feeling good. Also, can't forget about these prayers, because it's Purple Sunday, y'all. We got to get these prayers up for everybody here. Want to make sure that we're good going into the week, chiming out on Sunday the right way. Want to make sure that we're praying for love. We want to pray for happiness. All of our animals and that beautiful 2 stories that we just saw just now. We are praying for Nova. We are praying for all of the animals and everyone that are providing the love and the care. We want to make sure that Lynn knows that we're still here supporting her, and we're not going to give give up until our buddy starts walking and we get it going. And we want to make sure that we pray for everybody here for happiness, love, and good health. Who we praying for right now? White Buffalo. We got Takum. We got Tanya, Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno. I see Raymond Ronald, Q-Rob brother, Fafali, Takum. I see Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno. 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy. We're going to get it right, Lisa. Don't worry about it. You're going to give me the script and I'm going to get it right. White Buffalo. Also Shannon, Ad Rains, Audrey. Who else we got up in here? We got Kim Miller. Don't forget Tracy. I hope you guys really appreciate the show today, because to be honest with you, I had a good show today too, and I think it was great. Let's pray for our military, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and every single person who's serving right now, as well as our veterans. Can't forget about Batty, Lynn, and Cinnamon, Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno, Sam Champion, Audrey. We got Colessive. Okay, yes, Rebecca, can you go ahead and email us and let us know an update, because we're nosy and we're interested. Dwayne LaRosa, Tanya Zimmerman, Ad Rains, thank you so much, and I hope you got your merch. Cinnamon Bread, Sam Champion, Raymond, Crystal, Shannon, Mary Tanner, Linda Mays, Essential Love, Fafavi, Kalesibi. What else we got up in there? Let me try to get as many people as possible. Mega Dub. What's up, Mega Dub? I see you over there. Kinsey, Sensitive, Raymond, Tanya, Rome, Tully. Okay, Lucky. Can't forget about Kendra Walker. Wherever you at, girl. Hope you're doing good. Sam Champion. Can't forget about Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno. Want to pray for Merck. Can't forget about people like Sam Champion. Where's Terry at? Gotta pray for you. Always gonna pray for you. Luigi. Don't forget about Luigi. Casey. Liberty and Justice. Mark Dorfman. Jeffrey Spilker. Everybody here. Eric Cooper. Thank you so much for earlier. No, I don't have a good weekend, because it was a good weekend. You're right, because it's about to be over for the weekend, but we be right back tomorrow. Amen, you guys. Amen. That's right, you guys. Don't worry about it, because guess what? I'm thinking that we're going to probably do a Q&A. Probably, let's say, we're going to probably do a Q&A on our Patreon really soon. I'm going to put the Patreon channel up there so that we can get back into stories like the one that we just did with the shampoo, so that we can go a little more in depth, and we may be able to get more input, and we don't have to worry about time slots and stuff like that. Get a little more active on the Discord. I will be adding the new link for the Discord. I really don't like the way Discord is. Why provide a link that keeps on getting updated? I don't get it. Can you just give me one link that I can post so that people can just click through? I don't understand that. But no, they keep on changing, so you got to get the link now. Tomorrow it's going to be different. So you guys, it's not my fault when you go into there and you try to hit the link. But do me a favor. We do have common sense. Go to Discord, type the name in. Maybe that might work. Just look at it that way. Help me help you. Help me help you. I want you guys to have a fantastic Sunday, Purple Sunday. Y'all go out there and get some air. If not, get some rest and get ready for the next day. If we get ready for Monday. St. Patrick's Day, that's my birthday, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. This will be the last time for you guys right now to hit that like button. We are fighting the power, fighting the system, and we got to fight back to get back to the position that we're at. But you know what? I like a fight, because I don't give up. I'm like a pit bull that just don't let go. So if you want to fight, you got the perfect person to go against when it comes down to that. I'm not talking to you guys. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm going to still be here every single day, 6 o'clock, till we get the synchronization to go back, till we get the right sort of linkage back. See, you guys are playing with the shorts, and you got me doing all the other stuff right now, so don't worry about that. I'm going to keep on coming. Don't worry about it. We got your number. We know what's up. Don't get mad at us for knowing what y'all up to. And with that being said, you guys, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me on Purple Sunday, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock, new suit, new attitude, trending topics, current events, and the #1 show on YouTube, because they just can't mess with us, especially when you ain't about nothing but the truth. Get 'em! Peace. Love y'all.